The following is a presentation of WGN Sports.
The White Sox have made baseball memories for over 97 years, while the Cubs have courted their faithful for 95 years in this great baseball town. It's been over 90 years since they met when it counted, since the White Sox won a world championship. A century of tradition comes together today as Chicago's baseball teams meet on the South Side. From Comiskey Park in Chicago, Illinois, WGN Sports is proud to present Chicago White Sox baseball. This afternoon, it's Mark Grace, Ryan Sandberg, and the Chicago Cubs versus Albert Merrill, Harold Baines, and the Chicago White Sox. Hi, everybody, and welcome to beautiful Comiskey Park. I'm Ken Harrelson. My partner, Tom Paciorek, will be along momentarily, but some history this afternoon, and we've got it for you right here with WGN. Interleague play for the first time between the Sox and the Cubs. First time these guys have ever met during the regular season when it's meaningful. We got a lot of good stuff coming your way, and we'll start it off with Tom Paciorek down on the field with a couple of guys that you know.
Thanks, Hawk, and I'm with a couple guys who are having outstanding years for their respective teams. And Sean and Ozzie, are you guys still having as much fun as you were when you were youngsters?
Yes, I'm still having fun, but, you get injuries now, heal us quick, man. I'm still out there ready to play, just like Ozzie.
How about you, Oz? Anything changed over the years?
Not really. They call me Tiger Woods now because I just play for fun and because the money's in the bank.
Is this a big series for you playing against this guy?
I think so. I think it's nice now. We don't have to play the funny game we used to play, the crosstown game. Now we play for real, and now we see what happens.
Sean, any advice for Ozzie?
If my legs are right, you better get in and throw it.
All right. That'll do it from down here. Let's go back to the Hawkaroo.
I love you.
All right, it'll be Jaime Navarro against Kevin Foster, and we'll be back with the rest of the starting lineups right after this.
Chicago White Sox baseball on WGN. Brought to you by Miller Genuine Draft, who reminds you it's time for a good old macro brew. Your local Ford dealer. See your favorite Ford dealer today and see why there's more to afford. Coca-Cola, always a hit, always Coca-Cola. Hoover, nobody gets the dirt like Hoover, nobody. Toyota and their full line of quality cars and trucks. Aflac, insuring over 40 million people worldwide. Montgomery Ward. And by Southwest Airlines, with fares so low, you have the freedom to go places.
We're at Chicago's Navy Pier with the Connors from Wisconsin. The Connors stopped right here at Navy Pier first. During the month of June, everyone who comes to Navy Pier gets their very own free Navy Pier pack with up to $50 in savings and surprises for the Shed Aquarium, Adler Planetarium, Sears Tower Sky Deck, Hard Rock Cafe, Marshall Fields, Shoreline Water Taxi, the Tall Ship Windy, Spirit of Chicago, and the Sea Dog. So you could say that Chicago starts right here at Navy Pier.
My father, both my brothers, my kids will probably have thinning hair. Losing my hair was probably one of the most traumatic experiences in my life. But the great thing about Rogaine is you can interrupt nature. You can stop it. And Rogaine is proven to work. It goes right to the root to grow hair. About 4 months later, my wife walked by and she just was, hey, wait a second, you're growing hair. And since then, I've stayed with Rogaine, and my hair's really filled in. Check this out. It's great. I'm a user for life.
We were on vacation.
Oh, your sunglasses!
When we realized we were sitting on a gold mine.
Rubber sunglasses.
Too bad none of the stores saw it that way. So we looked into getting our own store.
How much?
Maybe we need a catalog.
How long? So, any more bright ideas?
Actually, yes.
I can see clearly now the rain is gone.
Our own website.
It's gonna be a bright sunshine day.
Soon, we were open for business everywhere. And before we knew it, we were selling shades to everyone under the sun.
Open a storefront on the internet with the most powerful network in the world.
Good afternoon and welcome back to Comiskey Park on the south side of Chicago for the first of three between the White Sox and the Chicago Cubs. Jim Riggleman is the manager of the Cubs, and here is his lineup for this afternoon. Top third has Brian McRae in center field, Brant Brown in left, Mark Grace plays first. Middle third of Sammy Sosa in right field, at DH Dave Clark and Ryan Sandberg at second. Bottom third features Kevin Ory at third base, Scott Service behind the plate, and Ray Sanchez at shortstop. Here's the Sox defense brought to you by Coca-Cola. Bell, Martinez, and Mouton in the outfield. Snopek, Ian Durham, Valdez the infield. George Fabregas behind the plate. Jaime Navarro on the hill. We're ready. Here's the Huckaroo.
All right, Whippy, thank you. And once again, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to White Sox baseball as Jaime Navarro's first pitch to Brian McRae, taken for a strike. Brian, a switch hitter, hitting at 249, 4 homers. He has knocked in 17. So the first pitch of the first meeting ever between these two ball clubs when it counted. Outfield playing him slightly to the left. As there's a shot, Durham can't get there. So Brian McRae leads it off. He has good speed.
Jaime Navarro on the season is 4-5 with a 5.08 earned run average in 14 starts. He has one complete game to his credit, 103 hits allowed in 90 and a third innings, 39 walks, and 67 strikeouts. The umpires, American League, Larry Barnett at home plate, Laz Diaz at first, Ray DeMuro at second, and Dan Morrison is the third base umpire.
Here's Brant Brown, the left fielder, hitting at 254 homers. He has knocked in 11. Tries to bunt it, fouls it away. 347 down the lines, 375 in the gaps, 400 straightaway center field. Nice crowd on hand. It is not a sellout, but we understand tomorrow and Wednesdays are close to it. So you look at our WGN Sky Cam, Copter Cam, blimp.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to blow that thing up?
That's a long time, all morning. How about those unis, Hawk? I love them.
I swear I do.
I love both of them.
I do too. Well, sometimes it's very nice to see something different out there. As pretty good lead by McRae as there's a strike on the outside corner. Very quickly the count 0-2. Cubs coming in with that record of 27-40, 5.5 games back. They're hitting 254 as a club with a 4.18 team ERA. Sox with their record of 30-35, 5 games back, hitting at 277 as a club with a 4.63 team ERA. He's gone. Oop, foul tipped and out of the glove of Fabregas. Cubs have had trouble on the road. They have played 35 ball games and they have won 10 of them. Sox are 16-16 here at Comiskey Park. Sox coming off that 5-game road trip where they lost 2 in New York, took 2 out of 3 from Cincinnati at Synergy Field. So McRae, 7 stolen bases in 12 attempts. Just a decent lead. He does not go. There's a shot. That's trouble. Hung him one right there. Down into the corner. Here comes McRae. They're going to wave him around. He's going to score. Brant Brown on his way to third, and it's 1-0 Cubs. Ooh, made a bad pitch on him right there.
Oh, we've seen this before. 0-2. Threw 2 fastballs pretty much by him and then just hangs one. This pitch is screaming, hit me, hit me. There it is, a splitter upstairs, inner half. A lot of guys are going to hit that pitch. They're playing Brant Brown way around to the opposite field, so when you hooks it in the corner like that, no chance for anything less than a triple.
So here's Mark Grace. Takes that pitch down low. Mark hitting at 306, 5 homers, 25 knocked in. 32-year-old veteran, just an outstanding player. Great defensive first baseman. Outfield shading him around to the left. Huge gap in right center. Fastball high and the count 2-0. Sammy Sosa on deck. Those unis. Boy, there's some.
Oh, those are great. 1911, the Cubs, and ours are 1917.
That's into left field. Brown is tagging. Bell is there. Here comes Brown. He will score. And it's 2-0 Cubs.
Here's the White Sox uniform. Lyle Mouton modeling right there. I love them. I think they're just gorgeous. Look at the Sox. That's 1917 version. World champions. And the Cubs are solid blue from 1911. What was it like? Were those uniforms uncomfortable back then?
A little bit, yeah. You know, especially in
wool.
Yeah. Especially when the allergies were bad.
Oh.
Here's Sammy Sosa hitting at 267, 15 homers, and 51 knocked in. The Panther.
Yep.
I still recall 1990, Wimpy. It was so much fun. Sammy out there in right field.
Oh, yeah.
That club really played their fannies off,
yes,
didn't they?
Yes, they did. Yeah.
That's off the end of the bat into center field. Dave Martinez is there. Can of corn. And that's out number 2.
Well, that was when Sammy was just learning how to play.
Right.
And he was just fun. He played so hard. And, well, I'll tell you, when he was in a good groove, I'll tell you, he was one of the most exciting players around, even then, offensively and defensively.
That'll bring up the DH, Dave Clark, hitting at 222, a homer with 10 knocked in. The veteran, Dave Clark. Outfield, for the most part, straight up. He shanks that one foul. So this 3-game series, certainly for some bragging rights. You know, there are some similarities in the way these two clubs have performed. Of course, the Cubs got off to that horrendous start. But they have had, like the Sox, a lot of problems defensively. And in much the same manner. It's not so much they have committed 53 errors. The Sox have 57, but it's not so much the errors as the plays that, talking to some Cub people, that they just haven't made. And that's the same thing that holds true with the Sox. You got to catch the baseball. If you can't catch the baseball, I don't care how good your pitching is or how good your hitting is, you're going to lose.
That's right. Well, the routine plays, and you're not even asking them to make phenomenal.
No. That ball smoked into right center field. That's going to fall for a base hit as Dave Martinez will get to it. So the third Cub hit. And that'll bring up the second baseman, Ryne Sandberg. Sandberg hitting at 246, 3 homers. He's knocked in 26. 37-year-old veteran. Certainly Ryne Sandberg in his prime. One of the great second basemen of all time.
Oh, yeah.
I remember Ryne a few years back, Wimpy. He was one of the better inside fastball hitters in all of Major League Baseball.
Yeah, he was as solid as anybody from the inner half of the plate. He just, if you made a mistake in there, he just killed it.
And he kept it fair.
Yeah. Yeah, he did. You know, right now, you really have to try and pitch him down and away.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he'll commit a lot to bad breaking balls the last couple of years.
One and one to the veteran.
You know, Rhino, a career 286 hitter coming into this season. 272 career homers. 73. Check that.
That's up high, 2-1. So Jamie throwing a lot of pitches here in the top of the first inning. 2 runs on 3 hits for the Cubs if you're just tuning in.
Yeah, it looks like Jamie's going back to, you know, just just overthrowing right now. I'm sure he's excited about pitching to his old teammates, but he has not been able to change any kind of speeds.
That's on the outside corner. 2-2. And if you're just joining us, it started with a solid single in the right field by McRae. A triple by Brant Brown. The bad pitch from Jaime. A sacrifice fly by Grace. Sosa. Fly to Martinez in center. And the solid single by Dave Clark. A little nubber right out in front of the mound. Navarro's got it. Over to Mario Valdez. Never retire the side, but the Cubs get on the board in a hurry. And after half inning of play, it's the Cubs 2 and the Sox coming up.
What do you get when you fly Southwest Airlines? Fun fares.
Well, you've waited so long for a fare to get so nice and low now you really should fly.
Light up the night. Southwest Airlines fun fares are so low. Want to see that again? Now you can fly just for the fun of it.
With us, 'cause we got a lot of things to do now you really should fly. And you'll have fun flying Southwest on a fun fair today. Fun flying on a fun fair today.
You look awful.
I am a miserable, irritated shell of my natural self.
Try Visine.
It won't help.
It will. No other eye drop relieves red, irritated eyes faster. Visine starts to work immediately. It gives eyes like yours 100% of what they need for fast relief.
Restored to all my natural glory.
Oh, you were less irritating when you were irritated.
You'll never know how good your eyes can feel until you try Visine. It gets the red out fast.
And the irritation, too.
Hey, stranger, where you been?
I don't smoke anymore.
Sorry. I mean, great. How'd you do it?
Nicoderm CQ.
CQ? Isn't that the patch with the, 3 steps?
I'm doing the steps.
While Nicotrol has only 1 strength, CQ has 3. So you gradually step down your dose the way doctors and pharmacists prefer.
Steps, Dad. It's the way to go.
Nicoderm CQ. The power to calm, the power to comfort, the power to quit successfully.
2-0 Cubs, bottom of the first inning, and here's the White Sox starting lineup brought to you by Coca-Cola. Top third has Ray Durham at second base, Ozzie Guillen playing shortstop, Dave Martinez in center. Middle third will feature in left field Albert Bell as your DH, Harold Baines and Lyle Mouton in right. Bottom third has George Fabregas behind the plate, Mario Valdez as first base, and Chris Nopak at third. Defensively, the Cubs have Brown, McRae, and Sosa in the outfield. Ori, Sanchez, Sandberg, and Grace are the infielders. Scott Service behind the plate, and Evanston native Kevin Foster on the mound. Foster 7-4 on the season, 28 years old.
So here's Ray Durham hitting at .259, 5 homers, 24 knocked in, takes first pitch strike. And before we show you our picks to click, you at home select yours. Outfield around to the left. There's the all-speed pitch up high, and the count evens at 1. Other action around baseball today. I like to say that, around baseball rather than just the American League or the National League. Cincinnati at Cleveland, Philadelphia at Boston. Fighting Fish take on the Tigers in Detroit. Atlanta, Toronto, Montreal against the Orioles at Oriole Park at Camden Yards. And they get the same thing going in the Big Apple as we do here. It's the Mets against the Yankees. That fastball popped up. Foul territory. Get out of here. Kevin Urey over by the Sox dugout brings it in, and that's out number 1. And let's check out our picks to click this afternoon, brought to you by all the good folks at Montgomery Ward. There you see Skip Ellison, our producer, director, and the crew went with Ozzie. Went with Fabregas, and
there you are.
Dr. Doom and I are going to go with Albert Bell.
Out on the limb. Joe Groob's on my team.
Well, I talked with Steve Stone about it too, and
yeah.
He decided he's going to go with, Sosa, and I'm going to go with Bell.
You guys are a lot alike. Really take a chance.
Here's Ozzie. Ozzie coming off a good trip. Ozzie swinging the bat well. Hitting at .279, a homer, and 13 knocked in. Talking about Stone Pony. It's nice to see him up here in the booth with us. Ozzie on that trip, 7 for 15. As there's a strike on the inside corner. Talking with some people from the Cubs that Foster primarily just a fastball pitcher, you know.
Yeah.
Come right at you. Nothing wrong with that.
No. There are a lot of high fastballs.
He will throw the long one as well. He's thrown 14 of them this year as that's fouled away. Opposition hitting at 250 against Kevin.
Look at this.
Yes. There's Stoney, Swisher, Ken Frayling, Jim Krimmel, and of
For
course,
one
Ryan
guy?
Santo. That fastball popped up into short center field. Now Brian McRae comes on. Calls off Ray Sanchez for out number 2.
All I know is that I'm still looking for that Stoney to throw me a fastball. Still waiting.
You'd never be a strike, you know that.
25 years now. We played against each other in the California League. He was at Fresno, and I was at Bakersfield. And that's when he was a hardball pitcher. I mean, he could bring it. He was in that 94, 95 mile an hour zone.
Well, Wimpy, I tell you, you can go to hell for lying like you can for stealing.
Tell him, Stoney, how fast were you?
No, that was the truth, Wimpy. I had a fastball in those days, but it's laying on the mound at Candlestick Park. 10 miles an hour on my fastball is still out there. I know that for sure.
Dave Martinez takes strike 1. David hitting at 288, 6 homers, and 31 knocked in. I'll tell you what, Stoney pitched in that All-Star game. I'll never forget.
Yes.
That's one of the greatest clinics I have ever seen in my life. Boy, get him 0-2 with a hook and come up right up on top of the strike zone with that fastball, and they had no chance.
It was one of pretty good efforts, a very exciting time. You know that trade that you guys put up on graphics? That was a deal that hurt both clubs.
2-1 to count to Dave Martinez.
That's right. In that All-Star game, it was Stoney, you against James Rodney Richards. Classic matchup there.
Oh, yes, a couple of crafty veterans. One guy throwing 103 and the other guy throwing 83.
3-1 the count. Albert Bell on deck.
Who won that game, by the way? Because I know you had 3 good innings, and so did JR.
I had 3 perfect innings. JR had only 2, and that's the last time he really pitched competitively before he had the stroke. Ken Griffey hit a home run late against Tommy John. He won the MVP, and I got a hearty handshake as the National League won again.
That's outside ball 4. The old hearty handshake. So 1 out. 2 runs on 3 hits for the Cubs. And check that, 2 out, and here comes Albert. Albert hitting at 288, 16 homers and 60 knocked in.
Stoney, who's the real power guy in the National League that you would compare with Albert Bell?
Well, I think probably Jeff Bagwell, and this year Larry Walker. I don't think they really compare with Albert. I think Albert, as a pure power man, pretty hard to deal with. You've got Mark McGuire over here, who's just awesome. Ken Griffey Jr. These are guys that, because of your league and because of just raw power, they probably lay over the field in the National League. We don't have too many guys like that.
Dave Martinez, pretty good lead as that fastball upstairs. So Albert in good shape at 2-0. Albert on that trip, couple of homers, knocked in 5.
Well, Stoney, you see Kevin Foster all the time. What's the scouting report on him?
Well, you have to lay off the high fastball because he'll throw it by you upstairs. If you lay off the high fastball, you'll have a pretty good shot at Kevin. But he's been good this year. And what he's learned to do this year is not telegraph his changeup quite as much. He's gotten a few more curveballs over, and as you see by that fastball, he throws it outer third and brings it down somewhat. When he has to go strike you out or get you out, it's usually a head-high fastball, and most hitters can't lay off. They either miss it or pop it straight up, as you've seen in this first inning.
Pretty good lead by Dave Martinez. He takes off, and there's a shot. Larry Sanchez sucks it up, throws him out, and that'll retire the side. Nothing across. There were no hits, no errors. 1 left. After 1, it's 2-0 Cubs.
We have triplets.
Boy, did we need Dutch Boy.
With them,
Hey, stop that.
we couldn't take a chance with some ordinary paint.
No way.
So we got Dutch Boy low odor kids room paint.
It's tougher. Much tougher.
You can scrub it and the paint won't come off.
We scrub it a lot.
We even use the new furniture and trim paint.
If only we could paint the rugs, curtains, and bedspreads with it.
They make a paint for that?
Give your home the lasting look.
Boy, did we need Dutch Boy.
What four-letter word was everyone screaming in this tiny Los Angeles club on June 4th? Bush. The Miller Genuine Draft blind date. Small clubs, large bands, big mystery. Explore the unknown. Next blind date, July 18th, San Francisco. To win, listen to your radio.
Lots and lots, tons and tons of tennis balls. Some of the things that are on my Discover card statement. I travel quite a bit. Ooh, I didn't know that the golf balls were around here. Just relax, enjoy nature, and very good. Babidochromis, Caeruleus. They don't want to play with me now because I beat them 90% of the time. I'll take out $100 to buy the bait, gas up the boat.
How many credit cards make a statement like that?
Let's see, what else do I have on this?
It pays to Discover. Use it where you see the Novus sign.
Buying a new wet dry vac? Remember, only one has two separate tanks. One for wet, one for dry. So it never leaves a mess in the tank.
Nobody does it like you.
As you check out our Southwest Airlines tail of the tape, 2-0 Cubs. And prior to the game, throwing out the first pitch, there he is, Big Red. Johnny Kerr, he's been doing some double duty today because this morning over at Grant Park, there he is coming out, emceeing the reception for the world champion for the 5th time in the 90s, the world champion Chicago Bulls. I'll tell you, he looks great. Kevin Ory will lead it off. It'll be Ory, service, and Sanchez. There's a good strike on the outside corner. Another action around the major leagues shows St. Louis at Milwaukee, Houston at Kansas City, and the Pirates take on the Twinkies in Minnesota. Pitch inside. Kevin Ory, 24 years old. Well, we don't get to see the Cubs play too much. I've seen them play a couple times on television, and I'll tell you, this young man looks good.
Yeah.
As there he laces a single into left field. So the 4th hit given up by Navarro.
Another breaking ball, off-speed pitch, got up, and Ory was on it. Show you the location of that pitch, about belt high. Whoa. It's pretty good in the 7-game hitting streak. 12 for 19.
So here's the Cub catcher, Scott Service, hitting at .250, 5 homers, 23 knocked in, squares the bunt, takes the ball. Jaime Navarro making his 15th start of the season. He has 1 complete game. Opposition hitting at .284 against Jaime. He has thrown 6 homers. There's a ground ball. That's up the middle into center field for a base hit. So Ory turns second base. There's a throw by Martinez, not in time. Nobody outrunners at the corners.
Scott Service got a fastball pretty much down the middle of the plate. Hits it hard right back up the middle. Ray Durham not able to make the play, a couple feet to his right. Now probably would have been a double play, but the Cubs are finding holes early in this ball game.
Well, I think it's pretty apparent Jamie's going to have to start changing some speeds. You know,
I don't think there's any doubt about it.
He can start hard fastball. He's got a good arm. Good fastball. Hard slider, hard splitter, but the operative word there is everything is hard.
Everything is hard.
Here's Ray Sanchez. Hitting at .250, no homers. He has knocked in 7. Takes a rip at that high heater. Sanchez comes with that real good defensive moniker so that he can pick it. Outfield. They're around to the right and short. That's into right field. Well, Mouton way back, and they can't get this one. Ori is going to score. They're going to hold up service, and it's 3-0 Cubs.
Well, 3 consecutive hits produce another run, and 2 more guys in scoring position. Watch the location upstairs once again. There's a hanging slider for you. Hangs over the inner part of the plate. A lot of guys are going to hit that pitch hard. Lyle Mouton can't get there as he's playing very shallow. And Mike Pazek out to the mound. So right now the Cubs got to be thinking in terms of getting 2 more runs at least in this inning if they can just manufacture them. Brian McRae, his job right now is to pull the ball to get that runner in from third and get the runner from second to third for Brant Brown.
McRae hit a rocket into right field for a base hit last inning. Service at third, Sanchez at second. And nobody out. Fastball. Three runs on 6 hits. Outfield, shading him to the left. That is not a good effort right there by Brian McRae. As Wimpy alluded to, all he's got to do is hit the ground ball right side. 1 in, 1 over. Or even in this situation where Valdez is playing, let's take a bunt with him down the right side.
Absolutely. If you don't feel like you can pull a guy, which of course he did his first time up, that bunt will do the job just as well.
He'll drag bunt. Beautiful play when it's used correctly.
Oh, yeah. Plus you get a chance to get yourself a hit, too. Ray Durham playing very deep at second base.
And he gets the job done and gets himself a hit. Off-speed pitch. That'll score a pair on the double by McRae.
That's 4 straight hits in this inning, 2 singles and 2 doubles consecutively. So Brian McRae drives home his 18th and 19th runs of the season. A 1-2 pitch. He was behind the fastball, and there's a splitter. He hooks it down that right field line. Up. There
goes McRae as that ball hit into left field. Albert giving chase in foul territory. He's there, makes a catch.
Oh, he had third base standing up.
Yeah.
Brown's got to take that pitch. Yep. He could have walked into third.
5-0 Cubs. And not a good effort by Brant Brown right there. Man on second, nobody out.
Yeah.
So here's Mark Grace, had a sacrifice fly. Gap in right center. It's a breaking ball strike. Oh, and 2 the count. Mark Grace's been around a long time and still only 32 years old.
Amazing Grace.
Just off the corner. '96 career homers. As he slaps that one foul. Grace in the pen, his career, I should say, has been one of those guys who's not going to hit the long ball for you, but is not afraid to get the big base hit off good pitching.
Oh, no, he's been an outstanding hitter. I mean, he does what he's capable of doing. Hits line drives.
Yeah, he's a good competitor.
Yeah, doesn't strike out. Terrific defensive player. I think a lot of people in Chicago have, kind of made a lot of the fact that he doesn't hit for great power, and they expect him to do it. But if you're not capable, you got to stay within yourself, and he just does what he can.
And Navarro and Fabregas having trouble with the signs. Five runs on 7 hits. Here in an inning and a third for the Cubs. Look at Tony.
Yeah.
Tony,
yeah, right. Look at this. Grace. Jason Kendall. Whoa.
He gets him right there.
And the key right there is slow. That was the first pitch he took anything off of. Best pitch he's made so far. Out in front, you don't fool Mark Grace that often. And he got him.
So here's Sosa. Sammy hit one off the end of the bat into center field last inning. Looks at that pitch down low, ball 1. Good pitch by Navarro right there on the outside corner. Fouls it back, so the count evens at 1. Well, Sammy in his career, 182 stolen bases. '186 home runs. Well, back in 1990, he had one of the strongest throwing arms in all of baseball.
Oh, yeah.
That's hit into center field. Dave Martinez is right there. He'll make the catch, and that'll retire the side, but some more damage done. Cubs coming up with 3 on 4 hits. No errors, 1 left after an inning and a half. They lead by 5.
Now you can own a piece of Chicago history. Copies of the fascinating documentary Chicago's Front Page, 150 Years of the Chicago Tribune, are available for $19.95 plus shipping and handling. Call 1-800-784-0980. Have your Visa, MasterCard, American Express, or Discover card ready. And allow 2 to 3 weeks for delivery. Or stop by the Tribune Tower store to pick up a copy. The Tribune brought the world to Chicago, and Chicago to the world. Now you can own a part of our rich history.
This is Dick, creator of Miller Lite Advertising. Dick knows many Americans work very hard, so he figured, why not do advertising sideways so you can look at it when you are resting? This is what he did.
Just the 2 of us.
Miller Lite.
Together you
For those special moments when it's just the 2 of you. And no one else.
We can fly
This commercial is made and approved by Dick.
Welcome to Digital City Chicago. It's online. And it's the place to go when you want to know virtually everything about Chicago. It's loads of information. It's reviews from people in the know. It's hearing from your friends. It's your community. It's outrageous. It's fun. And it's the best way to know more, do more, and get more out of Chicago. Digital City Chicago. Chicago.digitalcity.com. And on America Online. It's virtually everything in Chicago.
Make the right call in picking up dirt. With Hoover, you're always safe.
Play ball!
Does it like you?
Harold Baines takes strike one from Kevin Foster. 5-0. Cubs on top. Harold hitting at 296 homers. He has knocked in 29. There's a changeup. Harold way out in front, fouls it back and out of play.
I'll tell you, Hawk, maybe the Cubs know something we don't, but this is the first time I've ever seen the left fielder playing way over in left center like this. They're playing Harold like a dead pull hitter. And they're throwing him changeup, so maybe they're going to throw him slow stuff and play him the pull.
Foster on top, 0-2. And there's his first strikeout. So one out, and that'll bring up the right fielder, Lyle Mouton. Lyle hitting at 317, 3 homers, 14 knocked in. There's a shot, base hit, right back through the middle, so the Sox pick up their first safety.
I'll tell you, when Lyle gets that ball down, he can smoke it. Had tough difficulty on the last road trip going after that high fastball.
And here's George Fabregas. George hitting in a White Sox uniform at 277. 3 homers and 13 knocked in. Takes that pitch down low. Just watching Foster here through an inning and a third. It appears he's going to give you a fastball to hit
every time. He's going to have to dial it up for him.
That fastball upstairs and the count 2-0. We understand he just has a fair move to first base. Plus, those 2 pitches, he's had that big leg kick. So if we can get somebody on with some good speed. If he does not change, that fastball lifted into left field. Grant Brown is there, makes the catch, and that's out number 2. And talking about Fabregas, let's take a look at who's cleaning up in baseball, brought to you by Hoover. In yesterday's slate of interleague play, White Sox catcher George Fabregas led the way for the junior circuit by going 4 for 4 with a homer and 5 RBIs. Those were career highs for him. A.C. Offerman, Jose Cruz Jr. also had good days.
Jose Cruz Jr. has 4 home runs already.
Isn't that wonderful? It's a beautiful thing, you know?
He looks just like his dad, Cheo.
Here's Mario Valdez. As we mentioned, yesterday picked up his first major league hit against the National League club as Mouton takes off. There's the throw, not in time. So Mark Grace playing behind him, and Lyle takes advantage of it.
And it wasn't because of any effort from Scott Service. That was a good job by the catcher. He made that a bang-bang play at second. See Grace way behind. Lyle takes advantage of that. He runs good for a big guy. And you can see barely gets in there before the tag.
Oh, and 1 the count to Valdez. Mario, of course, just called up as that ball gets away from Service, so Lyle will move into third. Valdez called up from Nashville when they put the big hurt Frank Thomas on the DL yesterday, retroactive to June 8th. Down in Nashville, Valdez hit 302, 11 homers, 49 knocked in. Mario, as we mentioned, of Hialeah, Florida. Pick him up, Mario. Fastball. Buster's got a good arm. Got him listed at 6'1", 165 pounds.
That's interesting. I don't know if he's that tall, but he looks a little heavier than 165.
Yeah. That fastball off the plate. Got a real nice, easy motion at the top. All of a sudden, a good release.
Yeah.
He flips it at you. Well, those guys who've got that real good release right there, they are sneaky.
Yeah. You think of Mariano Rivera.
He's just about as good as anybody you'll ever see. As he strikes out Valdez, and that'll retire the side. So nothing across. There was a hit. After two, it's
My sister did without for years to make this business work. Some morning she'd wake up, her back felt ready for a wrecking ball. She'd take 2 Tylenol, but hours later, pain had come back. She'd have to take more. She couldn't take it any longer. So her doctor said try a leave.
I could take just 2 Aleve all day. With Tylenol, I was taking up to 8.
So she tried a leave. Keeps her pain away up to 12 hours.
It's meant a great deal to her. Who did your hair?
Aleve. All day strong, all day long.
My father, both my brothers, my kids will probably have thinning hair. Losing my hair was probably one of the most traumatic experiences in my life. But the great thing about Rogaine is you can interrupt nature. You can stop it. And Rogaine is proven to work. It goes right to the root to grow hair. About 4 months later, my wife walked by and she just was, hey, wait a second, you're growing hair. And since then, I've stayed with Rogaine, and my hair's really filled in. Check this out. It's great. I'm a user for life.
You got me rolling on down the line.
At Sears, when we say you'll have new tires by 4, we mean 4.
I'll take you any place you want me to. You got me rolling.
Sears Auto Center, we keep you rolling.
Now that you found your one and only.
Roll into Sears today, where right now all Bridgestone road handlers are on sale.
Rolling down the road.
Sears Auto Center, we keep you rolling.
Nick Frena's old friend has become his new rival. Dave Coulier guest stars on Nick Frena.
Tonight at 7 on WGN.
Not a real good-looking tail of the tape right there for Sox fans. 5-0 Cubs. Dave Clark will lead it off. It'll be Clark, Sandberg, and Ore. And joining us in the booth right now is the chairman of the board of the Chicago White Sox and the world champion Chicago Bulls for the 5th time in the last 7 years, Jerry Reinsdorf. Congratulations, Jerry.
Oh, thanks, Hawk. That really does sound good.
It's awesome. I'll tell you, I watched the rally they had over at Grant Park this morning, and there was a lot of enthusiasm there. And I'll tell you what, the energy at the United Center for Game 6 was incredible.
It was. I really don't think that we could have won that game without the crowd. I mean, it was so close as it was, and that the electricity in the air, I think, really pushed the players over the top.
Well, you know, certainly Michael is Michael, and that's a great Bulls ball club. But I think that one thing that was left out, at least in the reports and everything that I heard after, was just how good that Utah ball club was.
The best team we've played. In 6 games, you know, we outscored them by 4 points, and 2 of the points were an afterthought. At Kukoc's basket at the end, the game was over. So we really outscored them by 2 points in 6 games. Jerry Sloan's done a fabulous job with that club. And they were every bit as good as we were. We just, we're a razor-thin advantage over them.
3-1 the count to Clark. That's high into center field. Dave Martinez should have no problems with this one. And that's out number 1. Well, Jerry, how about the Wimpy and I, as you look at some of the playoff action here, and of course there is a beautiful shot. That was a great line that Kerr had about the timeout this morning at the rally as well.
No, that was a great line. He's tired of carrying Michael. But, you know, at the start of the game, Michael Reinsdorf said to me, I just have a feeling Steve's going to hit some big shots tonight. He did. He said that, and, of course, that's what happened.
Here's Ryan Sandberg. Hit a little number back to Navarro. 37-year-old veteran takes that fastball up high. How about Wimpy and I have already stated our case on how much we enjoy the interleague play. What is your position on it?
Well, you know, I really wasn't in love with the idea, but the fans certainly want it, and it is exciting. I think if we keep it the way it is and don't enlarge upon it, I think it's a good idea.
1-1 to count.
I just wouldn't want to see us have so much interleague play that we lose the identity of the leagues. And you know, like the NBA, you only play the teams in the other conference twice a year. And if we just keep this limited 15, 16 game schedule, we're okay.
There's a rocket foul. Well, I don't think it'll be in our lifetime, but I think down the road, certainly in Michael and John's lifetime, that they will see where it will be. A different situation set up, you know, with us playing the Cubs and the Cardinals and the logistic type divisions, the three divisions.
Well, the really smart thing to do would be to re-scramble everything and set the clubs in the proper divisions rather than where they are now.
That ball hammered into left field. Albert's not going to get this one. Hung him another one, Wimpy.
Yes, he did. Boy, Ryne Sandberg knows how to handle that pitch. If it's on the inner half and up, Ryne Sandberg's going to get a good lick at it. And he nailed this one. Oh, Jamie's just gotten a lot of pitches up so far this afternoon, and he has paid the price. Take another look at it. There's a slider, middle of the plate and up. Lucky he didn't hit that one out of the ballpark.
Well, so far the best thing we've seen all day was Robin Ventura taking batting practice and hitting some home runs into the seats.
He's
unbelievable. Robin's progress has really been amazing.
Phenomenal.
And he should be back in July. But I'm not having a real good time here this afternoon.
It's a great morning, wasn't it?
Ori, Snowpeck, double clutches now. The throw, they still get him. Good play by Valdez. A gutsy play right there, and a good call by Laz Diaz, the first base umpire.
You know, I think our fans are going to really come to like Valdez when they see him over the next few years, because he can really play the bag.
He had a great spring. In fact, he was our White Sox player during spring training, player of the spring, and just 22 years old.
You know, Schuler describes him as a Mike Squires who can hit.
Whoa.
Sorry about that, Mike.
Spanky. That's all right, Spanky.
Spanky, you could hit too.
Here's Scott Service. He had a single and a run scored. Well, what about your White Sox?
Hawk, I can't figure this team out. I mean, this is certainly an underachieving ball club. There's much more talent than our record would indicate, and you just have to hope we're going to put it together.
That pitch out of play right side.
I mean, there's a long way to go. I mean, we're early in the season. We're only 5 games behind Cleveland, and we certainly could get back into it. But we've got to win some games over the next couple of weeks when we're playing the supposedly weaker teams in baseball.
1-1 the count. 5 runs on 8 hits for the Cubs. No runs on 1 hit for the Sox. That pitch inside, and the count 2-1. Well,
these uniforms the Cubs are wearing, don't they kind of remind you of the Bill Veeck uniforms?
Yeah. Southside hitmen.
Yeah.
I tell you, I like the Sox uniforms, the Cubs uniforms we were talking about in the first inning. Of course, most of these uniforms are going to be auctioned off at a little later date. Money going to charity as there's a breaking pitch, and the count 2-2. Well, the one thing watching our club play every day, the one area they're going to have to pick it up on is defense. We have not played good defensive baseball, and if you can't catch us, you're not going to win.
No, well, Robin's absence has really hurt us there, because you just can't take a Gold Glover out of the infield like that.
Well, it's the same thing as Big Frank being out right now. Good defense is contagious, as good hitting is contagious inside that lineup, and all of a sudden you take that big man out of there, and it just puts a lot more pressure on Bell, and the other team's going to go around Albert in his absence.
Well, there's no question when you can't take the best hitter in baseball out of your lineup and not suffer, but we really have to catch the ball better.
Payoff pitch, and that's ball 4. Nice block right there by Fabregas. So runners at the corners, 2 gone. That'll bring up the shortstop, Ray Sanchez. He had an RBI double and scored last inning. I think it's great. There's the electricity in the air, the crowd, and all of a sudden tomorrow night we're expecting upwards of about 40,000 on Tuesday and Wednesday.
Yeah, we'll have big crowds the next 2 days, and this is a pretty big crowd. It looks to me like we're at least 35,000 today.
Outfield around to the right. Pops this pitch up. Valdez over by the photographer's well, and he's going to run out of room back in the second row. What is it to you? All of a sudden your Bulls come up and they win the fifth. It's got to be a tremendous feeling, isn't it?
I still can't imagine it. I mean, you know, when I think back to 1990 and we lost to Detroit in 7 games in the conference finals, how disappointing that was. And for that to just be the prelude to an absolutely incredible run.
Well, you know, you look at what some of the other teams in the league did. You look at the money that they have spent to go out to try, actually, to beat the Bulls. And all of a sudden they go out and they beef up their clubs. A lot of teams were a lot better this year than they had been in the past, and still the Bulls got through it again.
Well, experience is a big part of it, and, you know, having the greatest player that ever lived doesn't hurt very much either.
0-2 the count to Sanchez. Want the pitch up. They get it up, and he smokes it into left field. So Sandberg will score, and it's a 6-0 Cub lead. But for a guy who was not supposed to be that proficient at the plate, he's 2 for 2. 2 RBIs.
Yeah, he got a fastball up. Pretty good high ball hitter. It would seem here Ray Sanchez hits that ball hard. Ozzie playing him up the middle. You know, one thing too, Jerry, that I've seen about the Bulls, it's so tough to win twice in a row, and to keep that mental attitude that your guys had is just amazing.
Brian McRae hits this one into center field. Dave Martinez is there. He'll make the catch, and that'll retire the side. But after 2.5, it's 6-0 Cubs. And Jerry, thanks for stopping by. Congratulations once again on your World Championship.
Oh, thanks, Hawk, and see if you can bring us back in this one.
Okay.
I love watching the White Sox on TV, but it can't beat playing ball with my family. Family is what it's all about, and Aflac was made for families. See, if you got sick or injured and couldn't work, Aflac Supplemental Insurance is there to help fill the gaps left by your regular insurance. Over 40 million people worldwide protect the ones they love with Aflac. Remember, if I get on, you bunt.
Troy Aikman is back to pass. He's looking, and ooh, Aikman's down.
He had a man wide open. What was this guy thinking?
Brute, it's all part of the game.
All right, guys, same play.
Is tailgating. I wanted a barbecue.
I want to go to the ball game.
So we compromised.
You guys want a bratwurst?
This is like Martha Stewart meets Comiskey Park. Just flew in here to Chicago, all the way from Tokyo.
A little hot.
It starts 2 hours before the game starts, and let's E, D, or A. It's real warfare. It's more fun than ever to park at the park.
White Sox baseball. These guys wear black.
White Sox pitcher Ed Walsh made his Major League debut in 1904. He won the 2 World Series games that he started against the Cubs, but he'll be remembered for winning 40 regular season games in 1 year. That's a Chicago single-season record. Chris Snopek leads off the Sox third. There's a good fastball from Kevin Foster. Snopek hitting at .224 homers and 23 knocked in. 6-9-0. For the Cubs, 0-1-0 for the Sox. All-speed pitch. Durham on deck and Ozzie in the hole. Sox got to get something going. I tell you, if he gets 3 breaking balls over, just sit down, because you're going to get the heater. Fouls that one back. I tell you, the thing about a guy like Foster, though, is refreshing, is he's just not afraid to throw the fastball to anybody,
exactly.
anytime.
I love this guy. I've only seen him pitch in person now 2 innings, and he's coming right at you with his hard stuff. See if you can beat me.
That's into right center field. Brian McRae will have to pull up, take it on the first bounce. So the leadoff single by Snopek. And a reminder, the Sox close out their historic 3-game series against these Cubs on Wednesday at 7:05, and all fans in attendance will receive Sox Cubs commemorative pins courtesy of Gatorade. Bill Schmidt and all the great folks at Gatorade. So for tickets, just dial 312-831-1-SOX.
Nice job of hitting right there by Chris Snopek. Boy, he made a good pitch with his fastball at the knees outside corner, maybe just a bit outside. He went with that pitch perfectly.
So here's Ray, fouled out to Kevin Ory. Outfield is short and around to the left. They are spread out. That pitch up high.
You know, Hawk, one last thing about the Bulls. It's amazing how difficult it is to repeat in anything. And as you mentioned, how everybody beefed up their team to get better to dethrone the Bulls. And everybody's shooting for them every game, game in and game out. To be able to win is just, I think it's absolutely amazing.
Well, it is, as I said, I was so happy that they played against, in my opinion, a great ball club.
Great team.
And the Jazz, I mean, as Jerry Reinsdorf talked about, Jerry Sloan did a marvelous job. That ball club was tenacious, talented, and very capable. You know, the first in the 6th game could have gone either way. But you've got that indescribable factor of the will to win by Michael Jordan.
Yeah, that's right. That refuse to lose type attitude that he had was just very apparent in him, and he put that in his teammates, and it was just incredible, the effort that they had to have to beat that great Utah team.
3-0 the count. That's a high ball 4, so here come the good guys. With 2 on, nobody out, Ozzie coming up to the plate. Let's pause for station identification.
This is America's #1 sports station, WGN-TV, Chicago.
Along with the Whipperoo, the Duke. Big Bob. Tom Paciorek, Ken Harrelson. From beautiful Comiskey Park in Chicago, first of this historic 3-game series against the Cubs. Well, one guy I'd like to send out a personal congratulations to is a guy that I thought was just marvelous. Scottie Pippen.
Oh, tremendous. Yeah.
Ozzie popped up. Brian McRae takes fastball strike. Six 9-0 for the Cubs. 0-2-0 for the Sox. Here in the bottom of the 3rd. There's a shot, base hit into center field. Snopek will be held at 3rd, as he had to make sure that ball was going to get through, so that'll load him up.
Ozzie got on top of a high fastball right here, hands above the ball. Boy, that is above the letters. Good job. Short, quick swing. So the Sox have the bases loaded, nobody out. Snopek couldn't score. He had to make sure that ball wasn't caught. Can't get doubled up. And here's the 2 shortstops for their respective teams. Now, Sean is out because of a hamstring problem. Been out for 6 games now. Batting averages in their career very comparable. RBIs goes to Ozzie, and the fielding percentage pretty much the same. Ozzie has played almost 400 games more than Sean has.
Dunston. Ozzie, very, very close friends. But right here, Sox packed with Sox, and here's Dave Martinez. Dave drew a walk in the first inning. Albert Bell on deck. And that was Phil Reagan, the Vulture, pitching coach.
Yes.
Outfield straight up. Strike on the outside corner.
Sox have got to start pecking away at that lead. I know it's still early in the ball game, but this is the best opportunity you could possibly imagine with your 3 and 4 hitters coming up, bases loaded, nobody out.
Jammed him right there, pops him up. Sanchez going back. Can he get there? He can't get there. Everybody is safe now. Here comes Durham. They're going to get him as he runs over Scott Service. Beautiful play right there by Service as Snopek scores. Boy, what a great play by the Cub catcher.
Wow. Well, this looked like just a little pop-up to left field. Now, Brown did not see this ball. Well, there's a good throw, and he's standing right up the line. Ray Durham looked like he made a very good, aggressive move trying to score right on the heels of Snopek. But the throw is very good, and look at this tag. So 1 run scores. 1 out, 2 guys in scoring position for Albert Bell. No, it just didn't look like Brown even saw that ball. Kind of jogged in for it, didn't see it. Actually, the infielders came closer to making the play than he did. But he came up with a very good throw.
Well, that's a great play by Service.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Ray laid it on him. Hard. So here's Albert. Albert 0 for 1, grounded out to Sanchez his first trip. There's a shot. Grace, he'll pick it as Ozzie will score. And it's a 6-2 ball game. RBI number 61 for Bell.
Grace got those great hands at first base. He keeps that glove down and then he brings it up depending on the hop that he gets. I'm sure that he was thinking about coming home on this play, but Ozzie got a very good jump going on contact. When he has to backhand, he realizes the safe out is at first, gives up the run. Good base running there by Ozzie too.
Here's Harrell. Takes fastball, strike inside corner. Baines struck out leading off last inning. Martinez at third. Fastball. Harrell a little bit tardy. Ball and 2 strikes to Baines.
Boy, going back to that one play, I thought Ray Durham was going to score easy on that one.
Yeah, I did too. Well, Ray saw nobody was going to get it.
Yeah.
There's the changeup. So the count hangs at 1-2. There's just an instinct play right there with the great speed of Durham. You think you're going to score?
Yeah.
They made a great relay. He did all he could. Just a good clean hit. Service was able to hang on to it. Two balls, 2 strikes. Lyle Mouton on deck if Harrell can reach. Got him with a fastball, pops him up. Kevin Ory, foul territory, makes the call, has the ball, and that'll retire the side. But the Sox get right back into it. Coming up with a couple of runs on 3 hits, 1 left after 3. It's the Cubs by 4.
Bringing Chicago to your computer. WGN TV on the web. www.wgntv.com.
Hey, stranger, where you been?
I don't smoke anymore.
Sorry. I mean, great. How'd you do it?
Nicoderm CQ.
CQ? Isn't that the patch with the, 3 steps?
Mm-hmm. I'm doing the steps.
While Nicotrol has only 1 strength, CQ has 3. So you gradually step down your dose the way doctors and pharmacists prefer.
Steps, Dad. It's the way to go.
Nicoderm CQ, the power to calm, the power to comfort, the power to quit successfully.
My sister did without for years to make this business work. Some morning she'd wake up, her back felt ready for a wrecking ball. She'd take 2 Tylenol, but hours later, pain would come back. She'd have to take more. She couldn't take it any longer. So her doctor said try a lead.
I could take just 2 Aleve all day. With Tylenol, I was taking up to 8.
So she tried a lead. Keeps her pain away up to 12 hours.
It's meant a great deal to her. Who did your hair?
Aleve. All day strong, all day long.
6-2 Cubs here in the top of the 4th inning at Comiskey Park. A great play by Scott Service last inning. Saved a run for the Cubbies on a tag play. Ray Durham bowled him over, but he was able to hold on to the ball. And Kevin Foster pitched out of a bases-loaded no-out situation. He gave up 2 runs, but he minimized the damage as the Cubs maintained their 4-run lead. Some of our fans on hand. A lot of Cub fans, a lot of White Sox fans enjoying today's action on a beautiful afternoon for baseball. 2, 3, and 4 guys for the Cubs. Coming up in this inning, Brant Brown, Mark Grace, and then Sammy Sosa. Brown, the left fielder, 1 for 2. He tripled in a run in the 1st inning. Also scored a run in that frame. And then he flied out to left. Brant hitting at .255 as he stands in there, has hit 4 homers and driven in 12. Albert Bell a little bit late getting out to left field. So we are just about ready. Jaime Navarro has given up 9 hits through 3 innings. Albert getting some shades. First pitch down low. It's the only game going on in baseball this afternoon. 2-0 as that pitch misses outside. Boy, in his last 14 games, Brown has been on fire, a .421 hitter with those 4 homers, and he pops that one foul left side. Big gap in right center. Fabregas sets up inside, gets it right there on the corner. 2-2. Don't worry, we'll wake you up when something good happens. Grounder jammed him to Ray Durham at second. And there's one gone.
All right, now let's check out this afternoon's Aflac Trivia question. It is, who was the last player to appear in an opening day lineup for both the Sox and the Cubs?
Don Kessinger. First pitch to Mark Grace, a fastball down low. Mark, 0 for 1, a strikeout victim, but he did have a sacrifice fly in the 2-run Cub first inning. He hits this one hard to the left of Chris Snopek. Chris has got it, throws him out, and there's 2 gone. The last man to appear in the opening day lineup for both the Cubs and the Sox. There! Sammy Sosa, the hitter. Sammy's flied to center 2 times. He's a .265 batter as he stands in there. 15 homers, 51 driven in. Cubs lead it 6-2. Can't get the slider. He was trying to go long ball. Outfield very deep and straight away, giving Sammy the lines. He's got great power to the gaps. You know, one of the changes that he has made since he left the White Sox, he's adapted to more of a Julio Franco hitting style. And he fouls that one back. He's down the count 0-2. He keeps that. His biggest problem with the Sox that he used to fly open with that left shoulder. And this is the way he's compensated for that. Puts that shoulder on that chin on that front shoulder. A lot of weight forward. Doesn't wrap the bat quite as much as Franco. And he gets jammed right here to shallow right center. Ray Durham is there. Hey, a 1-2-3 inning after 3.5. White Sox trail the Cubs 6-2.
On Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Sandra, this is deeply dangerous.
When you're destined to hunt the undead.
They're close.
Sometimes those around you become the hunted. Now, it's up to the Slayer to save them all.
Good luck. I hoped you'd come.
You didn't think I'd miss this?
Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Tonight at 8 on WGN.
They're at it again. Sosa, Bells, collide. When Northside meets Southside, the Crosstown Showdown continues. Cubs Sox, tomorrow at 7 on WGN.
A dinosaur. This confirms reports of some sort of enormous prehistoric creature. Just been told the National Guard has been called in to evacuate the area. I can't believe what I'm seeing.
Sci-Fi Theater will continue.
Sorry we're late.
The Lost World Jurassic Park watch collection. 4 different watches, each just $1.99 when you buy any value meal at Burger King.
Maybe you ought to get a watch.
Pajamas on. Is it magic? Can you feel it? What time is it?
Smell time.
Mm-hmm. Vibe is on.
If you can feel the beat, if you can hear the beat, the jam is on. The Miller Lite Music Event of '97. Catch it.
Bottom of the 4th inning at Comiskey Park at 6-2 Cubs. Lyle Mouton's going to lead it off against Kevin Foster. 28-year-old right-hander. Lyle goes after that first pitch high fastball. Pops it right side. 1-0. Ryan Sandberg is there, makes the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out.
And a reminder, you can help raise money for White Sox charities and Cubs Care by bidding on the vintage uniforms that both these teams are wearing this afternoon. All these uniforms will be autographed and are available for auction by mailing in a bid to White Sox Cubs Vintage Uniform Auction at 333 West 35th Street, Chicago, 60616. Now, you got to include your name, address, phone number, and the name of the player set you're bidding on. Those bids must be postmarked by June 23rd. And to obtain minimum bid information, just call the uniform hotline number. As that pitch, foul territory, Brant Brown, he's there, makes the catch. And Fabregas has retired. But that hotline number is 312-674-5511.
A couple of cardinal sins right there. We talk about Kevin Foster being a high fastball pitcher. He threw 2 up there. A couple of bad swings. Mouton pops to the second baseman, and George Fabregas into shallow left field. Valdez takes the fastball up and away. 2 pitches, 2 outs. here in the Sox fourth. Valdez struck out his first time up. There's one at the knees. 1-1. Chris Snopek on deck. There's a changeup, misses. 2-1. Cubs with 6 runs, 9 hits, and no errors. Sox with 2 runs, 4 hits, and no errors. Change hit in the air center field. Deep, Brian McRae getting back to the warning track, and he makes the catch. So 1-2-3 inning for Kevin Foster, and after 4, it's 6-2 Cubbies.
You look awful.
I am a miserable, irritated shell of my natural self.
Try Visine.
It won't help.
It will. No other eye drop relieves red, irritated eyes faster. Visine starts to work immediately. It gives eyes like yours 100% of what they need for fast relief.
Restored to all my natural glory.
Oh, you were less irritating when you were irritated.
You'll never know how good your eyes can feel until you try Visine. It gets the red out fast.
And the irritation, too.
I wonder if this filter will fit my 89 Mustang.
Let me find out for you, sir.
Hey, Paul.
89 Mustang? Yes, it will. But you'll also need this PCV valve.
Thanks.
No problem.
At Murray's Discount Auto Stores, we have more people on the floor to help you find just the right part or anything else you need. Like Armor All brand products, the one solution for all your car cleaning needs. Murray's, we discount our prices, never our service.
This portion of Chicago White Sox baseball on WGN is brought to you by the Discover Card, proud partner of the Smithsonian's 150th anniversary.
On The Parenthood, the kids handle their problems like adults.
Not. Do so. No way. Yes way. Infinity.
Tonight at 7:30 on WGN.
Cubs by 4 here in the top of the 5th inning. 6-9-0 for the Cubs. 2-4-0 for the Sox. It'll be Dave Clark, the DH, Ryan Sandberg, and Kevin Ory. Jaime Navarro. There's a breaking ball. Gave up 2 in the first, 3 in the second, 1 in the third. Just tuning in, Sox with their 2 runs coming in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Just a little bit low, says Larry Barnett. Fastball, he's tardy. Want to send out a big White Sox hello and congratulations on their 46th wedding anniversary to Jake and Pat Finley. Jake, of course, is the former director of WGN Sports Sales and just a wonderful, wonderful person.
The
great
greatest
guy.
And the greatest high school basketball player in the history of Chicago.
According to Jerome Holtzman.
That's right. I believe anything the dean says.
So, congratulations, Jake and Pat, on your 46th. That's terrific. My partner on the golf course, too.
Yeah, right.
Here's a 1-2 pitch to Dave Clark. Just did get a piece of it. Nice crowd on hand. Beautiful afternoon here in Chicago, and we hope wherever you are that you're enjoying the ball game. Got another one tomorrow night. That'll be Doug Drabeck against the 22-year-old Jeremy Gonzalez for the Cubs. And on Wednesday, in the finale of this historic 3-game set, Wilson Alvarez against Terry Mulholland. Yes, he's gone. And right now, let's check out our Aflac Trivia question and answer. Who was the last player to appear in the opening day lineup for both the Sox and the Cubs? Poof, Jaime Navarro. Well, you said that, didn't you?
Yeah, right. I did not say that.
You said Kessinger?
Yeah.
And once again, the Whimperoo.
Wrong.
Here's Sandberg. Takes that slider strike. And a bullet double into left field. He scored. That was in the third. Oh, and 2 the count. Navarro's given up the 6 runs on 9 hits, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. Fastball. And the count 1-2. He's gone. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning.
Well, he throws this one right by Rhino. Mentioned the fact that Ryne Sandberg's a good inner half hitter. This is right there on the outside corner, and he can't get to it.
Here's the third baseman, Kevin Ory. A single, and he has grounded to Snopek. Takes a breaking ball strike. A reminder, the Minnesota Twins come to Comiskey Park this Friday at 7:05, and the first 15,000 fans will receive radios, courtesy of your radio home for White Sox baseball. AM 1000. So for tickets, just dial 312-831-1-SOX. That's up high. An off day Thursday. The Twins coming in, followed by the Kansas City Royals. So the Sox getting a chance for the first time this year to see both those clubs. There's a good strike, 1-2. All right, just 24 years old. As he's a little tardy on that heater. It'll be a souvenir right side. Up high, 2-2. All right, born in Westchester, Pennsylvania. Home of former Major League pitcher Lou Krause.
Is that where Lou's from?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Lou lives in Kansas City now.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a 2-2. It's full.
Does Jaime Navarro feel like, to you, like he's jumping at the hitter, really not staying back, especially on his breaking ball? But getting out there too quick, as you mentioned, if you don't stay back on it, you're going to hang a lot of pitches.
Or when you overthrow him. Throw him too hard. Don't give him a chance to work.
Oh, there's one. That went. Oh, that ball went through the backstop. So Ory's going to have to go back to first base. I don't know what this was. It looked like a breaking ball slider that just slipped out of his hand.
Underneath it.
Yeah. Wow. Underneath and overthrow it, and there you see the end result.
That'll bring up Scott Service. Single and a run scored in the second. He walked in the third, made a great play in the third inning. Ray Durham coming home, and Ray just lured the boom on him, and he was able to hold on to the baseball. That's into right field. Lyle Mouton giving some ground over by the line. Now in foul territory, makes a catch, and that'll retire the side. Nothing across. Halfway home, it is 6-2 Cubs.
What do you get when you fly Southwest Airlines? Fun fares.
Well, you've waited so long for a fare to get so nice and low now. You really should fly.
Light up the night. Southwest Airlines fun fares are so low. Want to see that again? Now you can fly just for the fun of it.
With us, 'cause we got a lot of things to do now. You really should fly. You'll have fun, fun, fun flying Southwest on a fun fair today. Fun, fun, flying on a fun fair today.
Nobody does it like you.
For high traffic areas, there's the deep cleaning power of the Hoover Steam Vac Deluxe with 5-brush agitator.
Nobody does it like you.
Hi, at Gateway, getting the computer you want is simple. Let's say this is your basic computer. You want lots of memory? Sure. Great speakers. Maybe more memory. No problem. A big monitor? Maybe not that big. The new Pentium 2 processor. See, we build your computer exactly how you want it. So, it ends up as individual as you are.
Gateway computers feature the Intel Pentium 2 processor. Call 1-800-GATEWAY. We'll build one for you.
Sox half of the 5th inning. They trail by 4. It'll be Snopek. Then back to the top of the order, and Ray Durham and Ozzie Guillen. Chris 1-for-1, a single, and he scored. That was in the 3rd inning. Outfield bunch. They're straight up. Off the end of the bat, off-speed pitch. Sanchez. Those good hands of his. Over to Mark Grace. 1 pitch, 1 out. So here's Ray. Ray has fouled out to Ori, walked. Ori in on the grass at third, outfield short, swung around to the left. As that pitch misses low and inside. 6-9-0 for the Cubs, 2-4-0 for the Sox. Lays off that fastball up and off the plate. 2-0. Weather action all under the lights tonight around baseball. Cincinnati at Cleveland, Philadelphia at Boston. Fighting Fish taking the Tigers of Buddy Bell in Detroit. Bravos will travel up to beautiful Skydome. Take on Paul Beeston's Toronto Blue Jays.
Yes, they will. How about Baltimore sweeping the Braves at Turner Field over the weekend?
Baltimore's pretty good ball.
You're darn right they are.
There's a bunt.
Hello.
Service. No chance. Beautiful bunt single by Durham.
Great execution by Ray right here. Did not give it away. Made sure he drops it right down that third baseline. No chance for anyone. A good effort by Scott Service. Just kind of catches it off the end of the bat. Man, you couldn't have rolled that ball out there any more perfect, especially with the speed of Ray Durham. So let's get something going here. Let's get Albert up there this inning.
Here's Ozzie. Ozzie 1 for 2, a single and a run scored. And a reminder, ComEd presents a magnificent Field of Dreams fireworks display immediately following the Saturday game against the Twins. Game time is 6:05, and tickets are available by dialing 312-831-1SOX. ComEd. Sam Skinner and all the great folks at ComEd. Pitch taken down low. Other action shows the Mets at Yankee Stadium. Bobby Valentine's Mets against Frank Ferraco's Joe Torre. Oh,
yep.
interchangeable.
True. That'd be a good matchup right there, or good series. You know, great city of New York, for crying out loud. It's got to be big.
Cardinals are at County Stadium to take on the Brew Crew. Houston at Kansas City. The Pirates at Gene Lamont against Tom Kelly's Twins.
That's interesting. Bobby Valentine's team is 6 games over the 500 mark. Yankees 8 games over. They would appear to be outmanned.
Don't ask Valentine that.
No, or the Mets. You know,
he doesn't think so.
It's amazing that, you know, what he has done with that team. Remember, we had him up here last week. I mean, who are these guys? Never heard of at least half of their players.
We mentioned earlier that Foster only a marginal move over to first base. Looks like he's got quick feet, but he takes a long time unloading over there. So Durham with that outstanding speed. 17 bags he's picked up. Long set by Foster. There goes Durham. He did not get a real good jump right there. That pitch popped up. Sanchez making the call. He's waving off Brant. Brown makes the catch, and that's out number 2. So before the game, we were talking with Ozzie and Sean Dunston, 2 great friends. They really enjoy.
I thought you wanted to do this.
Sean not in the lineup this afternoon. They love to play against each other. Of course, in the past, only the Crosstown Classic, the Windy City Classic.
Yeah.
Here's Dave Martinez. David has walked, he has doubled, he has knocked in a run. Got his average up to 291. We mentioned earlier Robin Ventura taking batting practice the last couple of days, and I'll tell you, he looks great. Knock on wood, he just absolutely is truly remarkable, his progress.
Yeah.
Off that terrible injury down in spring training. And I tell you what, you could have busted me. I just didn't think he'd be back at all this year. Now there's a chance he'll be back next month.
That really is incredible. You know, to get 2 months in of play is mind-boggling right now.
Well, back when I did mine, I was lucky they didn't shoot me, you know?
Yeah. Bro, the program that you were on, you wouldn't have felt it anyway. With Dr. Foster Brooks.
1-0 the count. That pitch popped up in the left field. Brant Brown. He's there. Makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. So nothing across. There was a beautiful bunt single by Durham after 5. It's 6-2 Cubs.
One of my patients was killed last night.
Bruce Willis is trapped.
He was stabbed in the chest 38 times.
In a world he can't explain. By a hunger he can't resist.
You're the fantasy girl, aren't you?
And a danger he can't escape.
People are getting killed around here.
You know what I think? I think it was you.
Bruce Willis. Color of Night. Thursday night at 7 on WGN.
We have triplets.
Boy, did we need Dutch Boy.
With them,
Hey, stop that.
we couldn't take a chance with some ordinary paint.
No way.
So we got Dutch Boy low odor kids room paint.
It's tougher. Much tougher.
You can scrub it and the paint won't come off.
We scrub it a lot.
We even use the new furniture and trim paint.
If only we could paint the rugs, curtains, and bedspreads with it.
They make a paint for that?
Give your home the lasting look.
Boy, did we need Dutch Boy.
Now that you found your one and only,
Roll into Sears today, where right now all Bridgestone road handlers are on sale.
rolling down the road.
Sears Auto Center. We keep you rolling.
Troy Aikman is back to pass. He's looking, and ooh, Aikman's down.
He had a man wide open. What was this guy thinking?
Brute, it's all part of the game.
All right, guys. Same play.
This copyright telecast is presented by the authority of the Chicago White Sox and cannot be reproduced or transmitted in any form without the express written consent by the Chicago White Sox.
For today's Discover Card Payback, let's go back to 1917 when the White Sox won 100 games in the regular season. They went on to play the New York Giants in the World Series. The Sox won the series 4-2 for their second World Series title. And that's today's Discover Card Payback. Ray Sanchez leads off the top of the 6th inning, takes first pitch fastball strike from Jaime Navarro. 6 runs on 9 hits. While the Cubs, 2 runs on 5 hits for the Sox. Snopek even with a bag at third as that pitch checked it up, fouled it off, and the count 0-2. Outfield around to the right. Just tuning in, Cubs with 2 in the first, 3 in the second, 1 in the third. Sox, both their tallies coming in the bottom of the 3rd inning. No home runs in the ball game. RBIs, 2 by McRae, 1 by Brown, 1 by Grace, and 2 by Sanchez. While the Cubs, that's out of play. For the Sox, Martinez with 1, his 32nd of the year, and Albert picked up his 61st of the season. Into right field, Lyle Mouton playing in perfect. And a reminder, you can mark the Sox and the Cubs' first meeting since 1908 by raising money for White Sox charities and Cubs Care. Now, all these vintage uniforms that you're seeing out here today are available for sale by mailing in a bid to White Sox Cubs Vintage Uniform Auction at 333 West 35th Street, Chicago, 60616. You include your name, address, phone number, and the name of the player set you are bidding on. Bids must be postmarked by June 23rd. And to obtain minimum bid information, just call the uniform hotline number at 312-674-5511. Two and 0 the count to Brian McRae. 2 for 3, that first inning single. He scored, and that 2-run double in the second. Ground ball. Durham's got him. And here's the 25-year-old left fielder, Brant Brown. Tripled in the first. Fouled out to Bell in the second. Grounded to Durham in the fourth. Brant hitting at .253 as he stands in. Good strike on the inside corner. Oh, and 2 the count. Just off the outside corner. Nice effort by Jamie. He's gone upstairs, and it'll retire the side. A 1-2-3 inning for Navarro. But after 5.5, it's the Cubs by 4.
My father, both my brothers, my kids will probably have thinning hair. Losing my hair was probably one of the most traumatic experiences in my life. But the great thing about Rogaine is you can interrupt nature. You can stop it. And Rogaine is proven to work. It goes right to the root to grow hair. About 4 months later, my wife walked by and she just was, "Hey, wait a second, you're growing hair." And since then, I've stayed with Rogaine, and my hair's really filled in. Check this out. It's great. I'm a user for life.
My sister did without for years to make this business work. Some mornings she'd wake up, her back felt ready for a wrecking ball. She'd take 2 Tylenol, but hours later, pain had come back. She'd have to take more. She couldn't take it any longer. So her doctor said try Aleve.
I could take just 2 Aleve all day. With Tylenol, I was taking up to 8.
So she tried Aleve. Keeps her pain away up to 12 hours.
It's meant a great deal to her.
Who did your hair?
Aleve. All day strong, all day long.
Nothing. For a moment, I thought your parents were home.
When you're destined to hunt the undead, sometimes it's your friends who become the hunted. Buffy.
Tonight at 8 on WGN.
From Skycam 9, some beautiful shots of Comiskey Park. Skycam 9, piloted by Don Wills, and the cameraman up there is Victor Flores. Hi, guys. They've been there for a while, I'll tell you. 6-2 Cubs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. It'll be Bell, Baines, and Mouton to face Kevin Foster. Breaking ball, and that's out of play right side. Foster, for his effectiveness, basically just a one-pitch pitcher.
Yeah, and if you lay off the high fastball, you got a pretty good shot at him. I like his attitude out there. He works quickly, throws you that fastball, tries to get ahead early in the count.
Fastball high. Again, just watching reactions of the Sox hitters, it certainly appears that he's about 6 inches quicker. Sneaky fast. Well, those guys can be really tough, especially if they're spotting that fastball. 1-2 the count to Albert. Yeah, we talked about Ventura earlier. There's number 23. I'll tell you, the last couple of days, yesterday in Cincinnati and today, just swinging the devil out of that bat. Truly amazing.
Truly.
Got him on the outside corner. Fastball, says Larry Barnett. So Bell is gone. And talking about Ventura prior to the game, here's what he had to say about his comeback.
Yeah, I think the first couple days it hurt a little bit, and I couldn't really swing, and get good bat speed. But and actually yesterday it felt pretty good, and every day gets a little bit better.
How about the running aspect?
I'm still not fast.
You're not?
No. There's just nothing I can do about it.
Merrill hits that pitch into left center field. Brant Brown playing him perfectly. Well, he was way over into left center, and quickly 2 gone.
It's amazing. The first team we have seen play Harold Baines to pull in the outfield.
That'll bring up the right fielder, Lyle Mouton. 36,213 in attendance this afternoon. That's the second largest crowd of the season. I'm expecting crowds of 40,000 plus tomorrow and Wednesday. Oh boy, Lyle is definitely a guy who's got to lay off the high fastball.
Absolutely.
Some guys can look for it up there. They get it. They can still get on top. Lyle is not one of those guys.
You are correct, sir.
Thank you, Duke. You're awesome.
I know. I give credit where credit is due.
You sure do. It's just the kind of guy you are. Ooh, that pitch inside, and the count 2-1. It's a good fastball right there from Foster. So a 2-2 count to Lyle Mouton, hitting at .320 as he stands in. Fastball hit deep into right field. Sosa goes back, looks up. You can put it on the ball. Yes! Solo shot by Lau Mouton. It's a 6-3 ball game.
Boy, here's a real good example of just how strong Lyle is. It's a 2-2 fastball up. Well, not as up as Kevin Foster would like for it to be. That's his 4th homer, 15th RBI. He just muscles it out of here. What I saw is him picking it off his right hip. Ball almost back of him. Pitches above the belt a little bit. He just muscles it out to right. That's strong.
He's a strong man. 1-0 the count to Fabregas. Change up, laced into right center field. That's a base hit. So McRae gets to it to hold Fabregas to the single. And with that home run by Lau Mouton, another $25,000 goes to fund CapCure's mission of finding a cure for prostate cancer. Now, if you'd like to learn more about CapCure and receive important information about prostate cancer, dial 1-800-547-CURE. Bill Regan out of the dugout, the Vulture.
Yeah, the Vulture. Phil, of course, managed the Baltimore Orioles for a couple of years, and he has played for both the White Sox and the Cubs. Tony Muser is the hitting coach of the Cubs, and he spent 5 seasons with the White Sox. And our own Billy Buckner won a batting title for the Cubs, hitting .324 in 1980. Of course, he now is the hitting coach for the White Sox.
Someday they'll be as good as
Look, she got it autographed already. She got the ball. It's amazing. How did she do that?
So here's Mario Valdez, the first baseman. He's 0 for 2. He struck out and fly deep to center. Takes that pitch off the plate. Tatis and Bottenfeld. That's up high. Attaboy, Mario. 2-0 the count. They can get it down. The big hurt.
Please come back soon.
Oh, man, this is killing him. Looks a little sporty in that uniform, doesn't it?
Yeah, looks good on him.
3-0 the count.
Frank, you see him just studying the pitcher. Oh, that's what he does so well, especially from that on-deck circle. Well, of course, when he's sitting on the bench, too. Timing him, seeing what he has. Hello.
That's ball 4. So a 2 on, 2 out. That'll bring up Chris Snopek. Chris a single, scored and grounded to short. Jim Riggleman, I'll tell you, Sparky Anderson had a long time with Sparky out in California. Sparky was just really respects Riggleman as a person and as a manager. Said he's just a terrific manager and a terrific guy. So here's Chris. Outfield around to the right. They're spread out. Takes ball 1. 6-9-0 for the Cubs. 3-7-0 for the Sox.
Well, his first time up, he got 2 strikes on him and went with a fastball, hit it hard to right center. Next time up, he turned over his top hand, hit a weak ground ball to the shortstop. Got to stay close to be effective.
Cues that one right off the end of the bat. Yeah, that second time up, Foster took a little something off the pitch and had him out in front.
Well, that's a key for Chris Snopek. When he's hit the ball off the end of the bat, he's in trouble.
Why?
Because there's no hits on the end of the bat. That means your shoulder's flying, your head's moving. Anything else?
That was my problem?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's an off-speed pitch off the end of the bat. Bobbled by Ori. Now goes over to second base. In time to force Valdez, and that'll do it. Sox have a mild threat, can't score. We'll go to the seventh. It's 6-3 Cubs.
Super Speedway in Omnimax, now showing at the Museum of Science and Industry.
Hey, stranger, where you been?
I don't smoke anymore.
Sorry. I mean, great. How'd you do it?
Nicoderm CQ.
CQ? Isn't that the patch with the, 3 steps?
Mm-hmm. I'm doing the steps.
While Nicotrol has only 1 strength, CQ has 3. So you gradually step down your dose the way doctors and pharmacists prefer.
Steps, Dad. It's the way to go.
Nicoderm CQ, the power to calm, the power to comfort, the power to quit successfully.
You look awful.
I am a miserable, irritated shell of my natural self.
Try Visine.
It won't help.
It will. No other eye drop relieves red, irritated eyes faster. Visine starts to work immediately. It gives eyes like yours 100% of what they need for fast relief.
Restored to all my natural glory.
Oh, you were less irritating when you were irritated.
You'll never know how good your eyes can feel until you try Visine. It gets the red out fast.
And the irritation, too.
Tinker to Evers to Chance. Joe Tinker shortstop, Johnny Evers at second, Frank Chance at first. Played together for 8 years. They won 4 National League pennants. They devised new defense strategies to defeat the bunt, hit and run, and the stolen base, which were the main run-producing techniques in those days. Sox in trouble, trailing by 3 here in the top of the 7th inning. Mark Grace will lead it off. He'll be followed by Sammy Sosa and Dave Clark. Jaime Navarro gave up the 6 runs in the first 3 innings. As there's a 2-hopper, 1 pitch, 1 out. And a reminder, you can help raise money for White Sox charities and Cubs Care by bidding on the vintage uniforms that both these teams are wearing this afternoon. All of these uniforms will be autographed and are available for auction by mailing in a bid to White Sox Cubs Vintage Uniform Auction at 333 West 35th Street, Chicago, 60616. Now include your name, address, phone number, and the name of the player set you are bidding on. Bids must be postmarked by June 23rd. And to obtain minimum bid information, just call the uniform hotline number at 312-674-5511. Here's Sosa. Takes the strike. Sammy Twice has gone out to Dave Martinez in center, and he also has popped up to Durham at second. Cubs 2 in the first, 3 in the second, 1 in the fourth. Sox with 2 in the third, and 1 in the sixth. The 0-2 pitch. Slider. Had some of the plate up a little bit.
Well, when Sammy was wearing a White Sox uniform and he got it in his mind that he was going to hit the ball to right center field, I'll tell you, he was really dangerous. He does that a lot more now than he used to, though.
Just off the corner. Nice try by Navarro.
He said that's how he adapted this new hitting style. That was his biggest problem, was pulling off of the pitch. Of course, now he's one of the top home run hitters in the National League. 2-0
That's cued foul, so the count hangs at 1-2. And right now, let's pause for our station identification.
This is America's #1 sports station, WGN-TV, Chicago.
Well, with top of Detroit, Ken Harrelson from Comiskey Park in Chicago. First of a 3-game set. That fastball foul almost straight back. Jamie, 13 games over the 500 mark in his career, 95 victories, 82 defeats. Yeah, he's gone. Good pitch on the outside. Fifth strikeout for Navarro.
There's a fine-looking couple. Well, he took a lot off of that breaking ball. Sammy out in front of it.
Here's Dave Clark. 1 for 3, a first-inning single. He also has fly to center and struck out. That fastball flares that one foul. Well, 55-footer right there. That evens accounted 1. Activity down in the Sox pen. There's the right-hander, Matt Karchner, under the watchful eye of Hard Art Kushner. That's fouled down, and the count moves to 1-2.
You know, Hard Art should have played in those times. You know, the 1910s, 20s. He was built for those times, those days.
They never made an area he couldn't hit 200 in.
Well, he was tailor-made in that suit, too. Good
He's gone. 1, 2, 3 inning. He's retired 7 in a row. 7th inning stretch. Cubs by 3.
I love watching the White Sox on TV, but it can't beat playing ball with my family. Family is what it's all about, and Aflac was made for families. See, if you got sick or injured and couldn't work, Aflac Supplemental Insurance is there to help fill the gaps left by your regular insurance. Over 40 million people worldwide protect the ones they love with Aflac. Remember, if I get on, you bunt.
It's all about to happen. The Chicago Bulls in the playoffs, and it's time to...
No, please. Please, watching TV. Please, go back. On.
Oh, the game.
Grab a Miller Lite.
They're holding. Pass in the middle. To the wing.
Congratulations to the world champs from WGN, your Chicago Bulls station.
Let's check out our Miller Lite Major League slate of action tonight. There you see the Fighting Fish will be hosted by the Tigers. Brown against Blair, Cincinnati at Cleveland. Philadelphia takes on the Red Sox at Fenway. There's a nice series. The Mets against the Yankees. Malicki against Andy Pettitte. Good-looking young left-hander. Montreal at Baltimore. Bravos take on the Blue Jays in Toronto. St. Louis at Milwaukee. Pittsburgh at Minnesota. Houston will take on Bob Boone's Kansas City Royals at Kauffman Stadium. So we're into the bottom of the 7th inning. 6 runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Cubs. 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Sox. And a pitching change, Wimpy.
Kevin Foster is done for the afternoon, and Ramon Tatis comes in. No record, 3.70 earned run average in 16 appearances, 24 in the 3rd innings, just 20 hits allowed, 9 walks and 14 strikeouts. He is 24 years old from Guayabin of the Dominican Republic. Last year at Port St. Lucie, 4-2 with a 3.39 earned run average.
So the line on Foster, 6 innings, 3 runs, 7 hits, 3 walks, had 3 strikeouts. And here's the top of the Sox order, Ray Durham. Ray 1 for 2, a beautiful bunt single. That was in the 5th. Takes that pitch high off the plate. Ramon Tatis. Corners in close. Now Grace backs up just a couple of steps. They didn't like that call, and the count evens at 1. Gap in left center. That's inside. 2 balls and a strike. Lay with that foul out to Ori in the 1st, the walk in the 3rd. And that bunt single, hitting at 261 as he stands in. And a 2-2 delivery. There's a shot base hit. Boy, he ripped one right back through the middle.
I love seeing line drives back up the middle. Of course, away from the pitcher, we've seen too many of them get hit this year. But Ray just went with that pitch. Tatis, a little bit of a sidearm, and that ball tails back over the middle of the plate, and Ray rips it. Well, that was pretty much center cut. So a good start to this inning.
Here's Ozzie, 1 for 3, a single, and he has scored a run. Outfield short, around to the left. Takes that pitch up high. Dave Martinez on deck, and Albert Bell in the hole. On the inside corner. Tatis with that funky windup.
Oh, he's a funky left-hander. You could see that he'd be tough on left-handed hitters. Last year in the Mets organization. He's one of those Rule 5 guys. No.
Barnett said he did. So Ozzie in a big hole at 1 and 2.
And it was nice to see Ron Kittle stopping by today. Kitty's golf outing. Charity golf outing is in Cherville, Indiana. That's on Monday at the Briar Ridge Country Club. So come on out if you're not anything to do. That's a morning start. I didn't think he went on that one.
Durham, pretty good lead at first. There's a fister. As Durham takes out Sanchez, they were going to turn it anyway. Slow hit ground ball.
Good job by the Cubs right here to get that lead runner.
Durham laying some meat on some guys out there today.
Oh, yeah, he is. That's what you're supposed to do. Take that guy out.
Here's Dave Martinez. David walking the 1st, RBI double in the 3rd. He popped up to Grant Brown in the 5th. Takes that fastball strike on the inside corner. Appears that Tatis has decent movement on his fastball. Well, it's amazing how many left-handers, almost 100%, with the exception of Mike Paul, of course.
Well, yeah.
Fastball's going to move.
Mikey is the one exception to that rule.
Breaking ball gets away. So Ozzie moves into scoring position. Ozzie saw that ball was going to be in the dirt, and he was moving before it hit the ground.
Yeah, Ozzie's probably the best on the ball club at reading this. There you see that slider in the right-handed batter's box. Service doesn't really have a chance right there to block it. So we got to pick up this run right here. It's getting closer to the end.
You just didn't want to say it's getting late, did you?
Yeah, didn't want to say late.
The 1-1 fastball.
Whoa.
Six-3 Cubs with one out here in the Sox seventh. David hitting at .290 as he stands up at that dish. And he gets him. Fourth strikeout for Cub pitching this afternoon.
Yeah, Dave Martinez's been late today, and I think the reason is Davey's got to keep his hands up high. See, right here now he'll drop them, and he can't get them back up for that pitch. And that's why he's hit a couple of weak fly balls to left field earlier in this ball game. Did get a base hit and an RBI on one of them, but that's relying on luck.
Here's Albert. Albert 0 for 3 with an RBI. Now feel around to the right. Huge gap in left center. Takes fastball right there. That's low and inside, and if you're just tuning in, the Sox uniforms this afternoon, 1917 vintage. Beautiful.
I like them.
What year are the Cubs?
1911. 1911 road.
Yeah. Fastball on the outside corner. Good movement right there from Tatis.
He's got a good arm.
That gum right he does.
Woo. I didn't know they had anything other than gray uniforms back in those times. Ow.
Inside, broke his bat. Lane's on deck. So Albert go find himself a new one.
Yeah, may have left him back in the clubhouse.
And while he does, a reminder that don't miss Applebee's Kids Day this Sunday. The Sox take on Tom Kelly's Twins at 1:05. All children 14 and under will receive autographed books courtesy of Applebee's. Now there will be a pregame player autograph session, and after the game all kids will be allowed to run the bases, weather permitting. Admission for kids accompanied by an adult is just $1 when the ticket is purchased at the Comiskey Park box office, day of game only. So Albert's got himself a new stick. A 1-ball, 2-strike. Pitch by Tatis as there's a ground. That's fair. Look at the play by Ori. My goodness, he's going to make it. Wow, what a beautiful play by the 24-year-old Kevin Ori at third base. And that'll do it. Nothing across. We'll go to the 8th. Cubs by
3. We're at Chicago's Navy Pier with the Connors from Wisconsin. The Connors stopped right here at Navy Pier first. During the month of June, everyone who comes to Navy Pier gets their very own free Navy Pier pack with up to $50 in savings and surprises for the Shed Aquarium, Adler Planetarium, Sears Tower Sky Deck, Hard Rock Cafe, Marshall Fields, Shoreline Water Taxi, the Tall Ship Windy, Spirit of Chicago, and the Sea Dog. So you could say that Chicago starts right here at Navy Pier.
You look awful.
I am a miserable, irritated shell of my natural self.
Try Visine.
It won't help.
It will. No other eye drop relieves red, irritated eyes faster. Visine starts to work immediately. It gives eyes like yours 100% of what they need for fast relief.
Restored to all my natural glory.
Oh, you were less irritating when you were irritated.
You'll never know how good your eyes can feel until you try Visine. It gets the red out fast.
And the irritation, too.
Welcome to Digital City Chicago. It's online. And it's the place to go when you want to know virtually everything about Chicago. It's loads of information. It's reviews from people in the know. It's hearing from your friends. It's your community. It's outrageous. It's fun. And it's the best way to know more, do more, and get more out of Chicago. Digital City Chicago, chicago.digitalcity.com, and on America Online. It's virtually everything in Chicago.
Troy Aikman is back to pass. He's looking, and ooh, Aikman's down.
He had a man wide open. What was this guy thinking?
Brute, it's all part of the game.
All right, guys, same play.
Top of the 8th inning, 6-3 Cubs, and what a play by Kevin Ory. I'll tell you, 2 defensive plays by the Cubs today, really the difference in this contest. Look at him diving to his right, getting up and throwing a bullet across the infield, nailing Albert Bell that saved a run. You recall the play by Scott Service against Ray Durham, blocking the plate in the 3rd inning. There's 2 runs right there. Ryan Sandberg's going to lead it off for the Cubs, takes a fastball strike outer half. Rhino has a double in 3 plate appearances, scored a run in the 3rd inning. He struck out his last time up against Jaime Navarro, who's worked the entire ball game. There's a line shot back up the middle. Got a fastball up, and he hammered it. My Rhino's always been a good high ball hitter. See, hands up above the ball right there. That pitch above the waist. So he's 2 for 4. And Kevin Ory, who has singled, scored, grounded out, and walked so far today, and has thrown some leather over at 3rd base. Cubs now with 10 hits. The Sox have 8. Kevin Foster worked 6 innings for the Cubs, trying to pick up his 8th victory of the season. Fastball right there. Kevin Ory was the 29th pick overall in the June 1993 free agent draft. See Kevin Foster sitting on the bench, an Evanston native. Oh, Rhino's always been a good base stealer. This year he's 4 for 7, and he knows Jaime Navarro is slow to home. There he goes, hit and run. Oh boy, look at this, a high chopper. Nice play by Snowpack. He throws him out. Sandberg on his way to 3rd. No, he's in there. Good base running. The hit and run was on. Snowpack made a good play on the high chopper, and Sandberg, making sure the ball was hit, never slowed up at 2nd. I'll tell you what, Mario Valdez did everything he could. I mean, he came off that bag firing, and Rhino with that good straight-in slide, straight-legged slide, got him in there. So that worked nicely for the Cubs. Scott Service, takes a strike on the inside corner. Like a slider that just kind of hung up there. Service 1 for 2, a single, run, and a walk. And of course he has made that Good defensive play on Ray Durham, applying the tag in the third inning. There's a drive base hit to left. Got a fastball upstairs, and he smoked it. So the Cubs take a 7-3 lead here in the eighth. RBI number 24 for Service. And Terry Bevington on his way out to the mound. Scott Service just turned 30 on June 4th. Fastball up, out over the plate. So Jaime Navarro will depart after this hit by Service. There is a break in the action. We'll be back with the numbers on a new White Sox pitcher right after this.
Hey, stranger, where you been?
I don't smoke anymore.
Sorry. I mean, great. How'd you do it?
Nicoderm CQ.
CQ? Isn't that the patch with the, 3 steps?
Mm-hmm. I'm doing the steps.
While Nicotrol has only 1 strength, CQ has 3. So you gradually step down your dose the way doctors and pharmacists prefer.
Steps, Dad. It's the way to go.
Nicoderm CQ, the power to calm, the power to comfort, the power to quit successfully.
I know I'm not here expecting what I am Michael Jordan, chairman of the board of the College Fund. By keeping tuition costs down, bright, deserving kids get a shot at going to college. Because let's face it, no matter how gifted you are,
We all could use a little help. Please support the College Fund. Mine is a terrible thing to waste.
want to go one-on-one?
Back at Comiskey Park on the south side of Chicago. Sox trailing this one 7-3 to the Cubs. Jaime Navarro has worked 7 1/3 innings, gives way now to Matt Karchner. Matt, no record, 3.21 earned run average. He has really lowered it in his last few appearances. 14 innings, given up 10 hits, 8 walks, and 5 strikeouts. Boy, Matt has gone 7 1/3 consecutive innings pitched without allowing an earned run. And he would pitch really well at Cleveland in that recent road trip. So he has asked to hold him right there. Maybe the Sox can generate some offense in the last 2 innings. As Ray Sanchez steps in. I wouldn't be surprised if Riggleman didn't put on another hit and run here shortly. Sanchez can handle the bat. Pitch is inside on a fastball. Jim Riggleman has managed the San Diego Padres. Snopek in at the grass at third as Karchner flips it back over to first base. Scott Service 0 for 1 in stolen bases on the season, so he's no threat to steal that bag. Drive to right field. Now Mouton is right there, makes the catch for the second out. So Brian McRae will hit. Brian 2 for 4. Big double in the second inning, drove in 2 runs. He has scored a run. Outfield pretty much straight away. Yes, he did. He went for 1 down low. Brant Brown on deck. The Cubs with 7 runs, 11 hits, and no errors. Sox 3-8-0. McRae hitting at .253 as he stands in with 4 homers and 19 RBIs. Boy, coming in. There's a shot to left field, base hit. So Bryant gets his 3rd hit of the afternoon. Nice job of hitting, going with that fastball down. So the Cubs have runners at first and second with 2 out. Go with it. Man, that's nice. And coming into today, Ryan McRae was just hitting .213 left-handed. .348 from the right side of the plate. And his first career hit came .8790 against Alex Fernandez of the Sox. Of course, Ryan, former Kansas City Royal, where he played for his dad, Hal. Hal McRae, now the hitting coach for the Philadelphia Phillies. Brant Brown 1 for 4. He drove in the first run of this ball game with a triple in the first inning. Out in front of that one. Splitter by Karchner. Can't get it. All the other activity in the major leagues is tonight. Interleague play. There's a strike inside half of the plate. One, two out. 2 runners on. Ooh, good pitch inside, and he just got a piece of it. Brant Brown hit .304 with 10 homers, 43 RBIs last year at Iowa, AAA farm club of the Cubs, the Iowa Oaks. Terry Bevington looking at his lineup card. Fastball popped up left side, should be playable. Snopek in foul ground, called off by Ozzie. He'll make the catch, and that'll do it. But the Cubs put another run on the board, and after 7.5, they lead it 7-3.
This portion of Chicago White Sox baseball on WGN is brought to you by Aflac, insuring over 40 million people worldwide.
We have triplets.
Boy, did we need Dutch Boy.
With them,
Hey, stop that.
we couldn't take a chance with some ordinary paint.
No way.
So we got Dutch Boy low odor kids room paint.
It's tougher. Much tougher.
You can scrub it and the paint won't come off.
We scrub it a lot.
We even use the new furniture and trim paint.
If only we could paint the rugs, curtains, and bedspreads with it.
They make a paint for that?
Give your home the lasting look.
Boy, did we need Dutch Boy.
Comiskey Park, it's not only baseball, it's a dining experience.
It's a churro! Does my breath smell like jalapenos? The cinnamon rolls here are excellent!
Comiskey Park, sometimes I like to think of it as a theme restaurant with a baseball field attached. White Sox baseball, good guys wear black.
Menards has everything for your summer projects. Put up posts the easy way with Stone Mason Instant Post Cement. Just add water, mix, and it's ready to use. 40-pound bags are $4.63. Spread on a new look with exterior paint from Ed Dwiggins. It covers beautifully on wood and aluminum siding. Latex flat is $10.88 a gallon. You always finish first in savings at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Bringing Chicago to your computer. WGN TV on the web. www.wgntv.com.
The Bullpen Sports Bar at beautiful Comiskey Park. You can see those banners commemorating the championships the Sox have won in the past. A lot of activity there this afternoon. Good crowd of 36,213 on hand this afternoon. A change for the Cubbies. Doug Glanville moves in the left field, the speed burner. So Jim Riggleman going with his defensive team right now as they have a 4-run lead over the Sox in the bottom of the 8th inning. Harold Baines fouls that one off to the left. So 0-1 on Bainesy. Harold is 0 for so far in this ball game, 3 times up. Grounds this one right side. Grace backs up. The underhand flip. Tatis is there, and there's one gone. And you can mark the White Sox and Cubs first meeting since 1908 by raising money for White Sox charities and Cubs Care. All of the vintage uniforms that the players are wearing today are available for sale by mailing in a bid to White Sox Cubs Vintage Uniform Auction at 333 West 35th Street, Chicago 60616. Include your name, address, phone number, and the name of the player's set you are bidding on. Bids must be postmarked by June 23rd, 1997. To obtain minimum bid information, call the uniform hotline number at 312-674-5511. Lyle Mouton takes first pitch fastball strike from Ramon Tatis. I like this guy. Little tardy, fouls that one off. Lyle homered his last time up against Kevin Foster. So he's 2 for 3. Boogie, 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 boogie. It is a little warm today. Beautiful afternoon for baseball here in Chicago. Cubs lead by 4. They have out-hit the Sox 12-8. Kevin Foster looking to go 8-4 on the season. Jaime Navarro, the pitcher of record for the Sox. Fastball misses away. 1-2 on Lyle with George Fabregas on deck. Jamie worked 7 1/3. He got it together, but he gave up those 6 runs in the first 3 innings. Got underneath that fastball. 2-2 on Mouton. Cubs are very deep in the outfield and swung around slightly to right field. Glanville off the line and left. McCleary a couple steps to the right of center. As Scott Service calls timeout, he'll have a meeting. A sea of white hats this afternoon.
Beautiful hats.
Yeah, they really are nice. American and National League logo on the cap. White. Lovely. Look at that. There's a nice memento of today's ball game. There's a drive to right center field. McRae on his horse. Can he get there? What a play by Sammy Sosa. He came out of nowhere. Wow. Extra bases taken away from Mouton. I didn't even factor in Sammy. He got a great jump in right field and made a spectacular backhanded catch. Wow.
That's a beautiful play. Third beautiful play of the afternoon turned in by the Cubs defense. Man, what a catch.
Boy, saved a potential run or possible big inning for the Sox right there. There's 2 out, nobody on for Fabregas. He goes after a slider. Can't get it, 0-1. Well, you're right. Those runs, there's probably 3 runs saved minimum by the Cub defense this afternoon. Play by Service in the 3rd inning. Kevin Ory took extra bases from Albert Bell last inning. Saved a run. Possibly more runs. George fouls that one back, so he's down the count 0-2. That's Kevin Ory right there at your screen. Oh, they have thrown some leather today, the Cubs have. And Kevin Foster. He is the pitcher of record. Mario Valdez is on deck. Coming inside, just misses with the heater. Whoa. This guy was a Rule 5 pick? Man. 24 years old. Whew. Slider misses down and away. The count is 2-2 on Fabregas. George had 287 last year for the Angels. And he has swung the bat extremely well for the Sox since that trade. 1 for 3 this afternoon, hitting at 208. closer to 280 as a White Sox hitter. Coming inside, he jammed him. Grace will take it himself. A 1-2-3 inning. We go to the 9th. Cubs lead the Sox by 4.
Chicago White Sox baseball on WGN is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. With fares so low, you have the freedom to go places.
What do you get when you fly Southwest Airlines? Fun fares.
Well, you've waited so long for a fare to get so nice and low now. You really should fly.
Light up the night. Southwest Airlines fun fares are so low. Want to see that again? Now you can fly just for the fun of it.
With us, 'cause we got a lot of things to do now. You really should fly. Have fun, 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 flying Southwest on a fun fair today. Fun, fun, flying on a fun fair today.
There's something on my Discover Card statement that's a surprise. It's seafoam green. It looks like something from the 50s. It looks vintage. My husband will absolutely freak out when he sees it. He's going to be so excited. I like makeup because I never wore very much before I started singing professionally. My favorite color is a color called faux, as in fake. Voila. How many credit cards make a statement like that? The more you spend, the more money you get back. You can't lose. It pays to discover. Use it where you see the Novus sign.
On the Parenthood, the kids handle their problems like adults.
Do so.
No way.
Yes way. Infinity.
Tonight at 7:30 on WGN.
Cubs by 4 here in the top of the 9th inning as you check out our Southwest Airlines Tail of the Tape. Southwest Airlines for the 2nd consecutive year voted #1. I love Southwest Airlines. Sammy Sosa on deck. Whoa, what a play he made right there, robbing Lyle Mouton of a double, possibly a triple. Coming out of absolutely nowhere. Got a great jump. Made a sterling catch. Mark Grace will lead it off against Chuck McElroy. Chuck making his 27th appearance. No saves, 26 innings, 22 strikeouts. And his first pitch foul back. Mark 0 for 3 this afternoon, but he does have a sacrifice fly. That coming in the first inning. If you're joining us late, Cubs with 2 in the first, 3 in the second, 1 in the fourth, 1 in the 8th. Sox with 2 in the third and 1 in the 6th. Just off the corner. Nice try. Doug Drabeck against Jeremy Gonzalez tomorrow night in game 2 of this 3-game series. Good strike on the outside corner. And Wednesday night in the finale, Wilson Alvarez against the 34-year-old veteran southpaw Terry Mulholland. Fouls that pitch away. So the count hangs at 1-2. 7-12-0 for the Cubs, 3-8-0 for the Sox.
Terry Mulholland's been great this year.
Yeah, he's pitched well.
2.86 earned run average at Wrigley Field is very commendable.
That's popped up into left center field. Dave Martinez giving some ground. He's there and makes the catch. And that's out #1 here in the top of the 9th inning. Activity by the Cubs, Mel Rojas. So here's Sosa, Sammy 0 for 4. Twice he has gone out to center. Once he has popped to second. He also has struck out. Sammy with those 15 homers and 51 knocked in. Fastball strike outside corner.
Tell you one thing, Sammy never takes his bat out to the field, though. Even though he's 0 for 4, he made that spectacular play last inning.
He got a great jump. The only way you can get a great jump is to be into the game.
That's right. Look at this. I thought only Brian McRae had a chance for that ball, and he came out of nowhere.
1-1 the count.
Samuel makes a few mistakes during the course of a season, but I'll tell you what, it's never because of lack of effort.
Sammy's still just 28 years old.
Whoa. Sheesh.
Good let-up pitch right there by McElroy over into the photographer's well. So the count 1-2. Gas to the outside, Sammy.
Well, you can tell when Sammy Sosa's on a tear, or when he's in a...
How can you tell?
Because every ball that's thrown up there, he kills. When Sammy has a tendency to drop his hands, and when he does that, that's when he usually goes into those little funky periods.
Foul ball.
There's a couple of young ladies that are happy about that last play. No, dude, don't throw it back.
Sammy comes back with a 1-2 count.
Remember that guy got the foul ball for his kid? He was so happy he threw it back on the field.
Yeah, when he gave it to his little boy.
Yeah, when he gave it to... That was in Anaheim, wasn't it?
Yeah, California. That was so cute. But 2 years old, 2.5.
Yeah.
McElroy, the third Sox pitcher of the afternoon. Jaime Navarro went 7 1/3, giving up the 7 runs on 11 hits. As that fastball taken up high, Matt Karshner working 2/3 of an inning, giving up 1 hit. RBIs, 2 by McRae, 1 by Brant Brown. That's out of play. 1 by Grace, 1 by Service, 2 by Sanchez for the Sox. RBIs by Dave Martinez, Albert Bell, and the home run by Lyle Mouton. Outfield just about straight up. Trying to get him on the inside. Misses, and the count goes full. Jose Hernandez on deck. The hit for Dave Clark. Payoff pitch. Little looper. That's going to be a base hit. So Sammy 5 for 6 in stolen bases.
I'll tell you what, Sammy never gives up an at-bat. He's very competitive up to the plate. And he's strong, too, just out of the reach of Ozzie Guillen. Well, you got to be aware of him.
So here's Hernandez hitting for Clark. Dave was 1 for 4, a first inning single. He's hitting a .289, a couple of homers, and he's knocked in 7. Fastball strike outside corner. Well, you know, Sammy would love to run. He's a member of that 30-30 club.
Yes, he is. I was just looking at that. Well, he stole 32 bases for the Sox in 1990, the year we were talking about before, and as many as 36 for the Cubs.
He takes off. Fabregas with a throw, not in time. So Sammy 6 for 7. That's the 49th base the Cubs have stolen. Sox have 52.
Well, he got a good jump. First move by Chuck. And George Fabregas really didn't have a chance to throw him out.
One and one the count to Hernandez. That's out of play, and somebody better hang out. Well, Sammy is going to take third.
Yeah, especially with one out, it's a great play from a running aspect. Get to third so they can score another run without the benefit of a base hit. And Sammy's certainly capable of doing it. Looks like he wants to run.
Now Chuck will back it down. 7-13-0 for the Cubs, 3-8-0 for the good guys. There goes Sammy. Strike him out. And a high throw by Fabregas.
Now, at least you got the batter. Boy, he got a great jump right there, Sammy. The pitch is in the dirt, plus throwing around a right-handed hitter. Very difficult play for Fabregas, so Ryan Sandberg's going to get a chance right here. 2 outs, runner at third.
He's 2 for 4, a double, a single, 2 runs scored. He's hung out a couple of ropes. Bullet double in the third into left field, and a shot right back through the middle in the 8th. Sandberg hitting at .251 as he stands in. There's a shot. That's going to be a base hit. So it's 8-3 Cubs.
Sandberg gets an RBI because of Sammy Sosa's aggressiveness on the base paths. He stole third, able to score on the infield hit. As you look at Rhino, drops the hit of the bat. Oh man, that's a line shot right off the back of Chuck McElroy. Chuck tries to make the play on it, and Sammy scores easily from third. So it's 8-3 Cubs as Mark Anderson out to the mound to check on the pitcher.
Chuck says he's okay, and it'll be Kevin Urey. Made a great play on Albert Bell, robbing him of an RBI, extra bases. But coming in the 7th inning, beautiful play. He's 1 for 3 this afternoon. A single, and he scored. That was in the 2nd inning. So the pitchers of record are the starters, Foster and Navarro. Urey takes the slider strike. Martinez over towards Lyle Mouton. There's a gap in left center. Snopek well back at third. He's off the line. Has the count 1-1. That's low. 2 balls and a strike. 24-year-old third baseman. Cubs trying to pick up their 28th victory of the season.
Well, I look at Kevin Urey and I see, reminds me facially of Ed Sprague.
He does.
Doesn't he you?
No.
I'd say I sure like the way he plays defense. And he's been swinging the bat a lot better. He's got that average up to 288 after a little bit of a slow start for him. Yeah, he reminds me of Ed Sprague. That's it. I'm sticking with it.
No. 3-1. Get foul. It will. So a full count with 2 down. 14 hits for the Cubs. So Albert's got to go over and he'll make himself a new fan. Tosses that one back into the seats. 36,213 in attendance. And if you're just joining us, Cubs with 6 runs in the first 3 innings as that ball hit into right center field. Dave Martinez making the call. Has the ball, and that'll retire to the side, but another run crosses home plate. We'll go to the bottom of the 9th. It's the Cubs by 5.
I'm Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Sandra, this is deeply dangerous.
When you're destined to hunt the undead,
They're close.
sometimes those around you become the hunted. Now, it's up to the Slayer to save them all. Good luck.
I hoped you would come.
You didn't think I'd miss this?
Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Tonight at 8 on WGN.
We were on vacation
Oh, your sunglasses!
when we realized we were sitting on a gold mine.
Rubber sunglasses.
Too bad none of the stores saw it that way. So we looked into getting our own store.
How much?
Maybe we need a catalog.
How long? So, any more bright ideas?
Actually, yes.
I can see clearly now the rain is gone.
Our own website.
It's gonna be a bright sunshiny day.
Soon we were open for business everywhere. And before we knew it, we were selling shades to everyone under the sun.
Open a storefront on the internet with the most powerful network in the world.
This portion of White Sox baseball on WGN is brought to you by Murray's Discount Auto Stores. They discount their prices, never their service.
When you're destined to hunt the undead, sometimes it's your friends who become the hunted. Buffy.
Tonight at 8 on WGN.
We are into the bottom of the 9th inning, and a nice round of applause for Ramon Tatis, who departs. He worked 2 innings, giving up 1 hit, 1 strikeout, nothing. He did a real fine job. And there's going to be a pitching change for the Cubs. Mel Rojas will be coming on. Jeff Abbott on deck. He has already been announced for Mario Valdez. So if you're joining us late, Kevin Foster went out there, usually mainly just his fastball. He's got a good one. He went 6 innings, giving up the 3 runs on 7 hits, 3 walks, had 3 strikeouts. Then Tatis for 2. Also, if you're joining us late, in the very first inning, Brian McRae led it off with a base hit. He was tripled home by Brant Brown. Sacrifice fly by Mark Grace, and the Cubs put a 2 spot on the board. Then in the second inning, consecutive hits by Ori, a single, Service a single, a double by Sanchez that knocked in Kevin Ori, and a big 2-run double by Brian McRae. So McRae 3 for 5 this afternoon, a run scored and a couple of RBIs as they put 3 more on the board. Added a singleton in the third, RBI single by Sanchez, knocking in Ryan Sandberg, who had doubled in the left field. 8-14-0 for the Cubs, 3-8-0 for the Sox. Sox RBIs. They scored 2 in the third. Dave Martinez a double with an RBI. Then Albert Bell knocked in his 61st run. And Lyle Moutal picked up his 4th homer of the year. Solo shot to right field in the 6th inning.
You see the numbers on Rojas, 0-2, a 5.46 earned run average in 30 appearances. He has 5 saves, 31 in the third, 31 strikeouts is great. 29 hits, the 18 walks has gotten him into some trouble. But last year with Montreal, 7-4 with a 3.22 earned run average, pitched in 74 ball games, getting 36 saves, had 92 strikeouts in 81 innings. So he was a power guy, and he played for his uncle, Philippe Alou. Boy, in 1 year, Felipe loses his son and his nephew to free agency.
And they're still winning.
They're still winning. He's good.
So here's Jeff Abbott. 24-year-old outfielder out of Dunwoody, Georgia. 0-1 the count. Ooh, that's nasty.
Yeah.
Got that splitter down. Seen Rojas pitch a couple of times on TV this year, and he got hurt. He got the splitter up. Lays off that one in the count 1-2. Snopek on deck and Ray Durham in the hole. One out here in the bottom of the 9th inning. So here's Snopek 1 for 3. He singled and scored in the 3rd. Outfield around to the right. Fastball inside. That's into center field. Brian McRae is right there. And that's out number 2. And a reminder, our next game coming your way over WGN will be Saturday night. That'll be the second of that 3-game set against Tom Kelly's Twins. 6 o'clock game. So a lot of the Cub fans in attendance come to their feet as Ray Durham stands in. Ray is 2 for 3. There's a bunt. Rojas got to take it. Now nobody's going to get it. Ray is 3 for 4. 2 bunt singles this afternoon. So the Sox, a 2-out base runner.
And once again, Ray Durham deadens it down that third baseline. No chance for anyone. Does not give it away early. Very patient. Doesn't start running real quick. The only chance Service had is if he could have fielded on that big hop. And once he couldn't get there, forget it.
Here's Ozzie. Ozzie 1 for 4. Ray's playing way back of Durham. Ozzie normally one of the better splitter hitters, especially around ankle high or shoe top. Bottom just fell out of that first pitch. Oh, and 2 the count with 2 out here in the last of the 9th. Mel Rojas comes on and gets a couple of strikeouts as the Cubs take the first of this 3-game set. They score 6 runs in the first 3 innings. They win it 8-3. And Wimpy and I'll be back to wrap it up right after this.
Hey, stranger, where you been?
I don't smoke anymore.
Sorry. I mean, great. How'd you do it?
Nicoderm CQ.
CQ? Isn't that the patch with the 3 steps?
Mm-hmm. I'm doing the steps.
While Nicotrol has only 1 strength, CQ has 3. So you gradually step down your dose the way doctors and pharmacists prefer.
Steps, Dad.
the way to go.
Nicoderm CQ, the power to calm, the power to comfort, the power to quit successfully.
My sister did without for years to make this business work. Some morning she'd wake up, her back felt ready for a wrecking ball. She'd take 2 Tylenol, but hours later, pain had come back. She'd have to take more. She couldn't take it any longer. So her doctor said try Aleve.
I could take just 2 Aleve all day. With Tylenol, I was taking up to 8.
So she tried Aleve. Keeps her pain away up to 12 hours.
It's meant a great deal to her.
Who did your hair?
Aleve. All day strong, all day long.
We have triplets.
Boy, did we need Dutch Boy.
With them,
Hey, stop that.
we couldn't take a chance with some ordinary paint.
No way.
So we got Dutch Boy low-odor kids' room paint.
It's tougher. Much tougher.
You can scrub it and the paint won't come off.
We scrub it a lot.
We even use the new furniture and trim paint.
If only we could paint the rugs, curtains, and bedspreads with it.
They make a paint for that?
Give your home the lasting look.
Boy, did we need Dutch Boy.
I love watching the White Sox on TV, but it can't beat playing ball with my family. Family is what it's all about, and Aflac was made for families. See, if you got sick or injured and couldn't work, Aflac Supplemental Insurance is there to help fill the gaps left by your regular insurance. Over 40 million people worldwide protect the ones they love with Aflac. Remember, if I get on, you bunt.
Nobody does it like you, the way that you do. Nobody's got the power to please me.
Hoover's exclusive 2-tank system lets you pick up wet in one tank, then switch to a separate tank to pick up dry. So there's no mess emptying, wet or dry.
Nobody does it like you, Hoover. Nobody does it like you.
And let's check out today's MGD Light play of the game. Coming in the 3rd inning, Dave Martinez at the plate. Wimpy.
You know, the Sox were trailing 6-0, bases loaded, nobody out. And here's a little blooper. In the left field, it falls. 1 run scores, but watch the throw here by Brent Brown as he's going to nail Ray Durham at the plate, preventing that 2nd run. A great tag by Scott Service. The Cubs really out-defensed the Sox this afternoon, and that was a very key play in this Cub victory.
And the final totals for the Cubs: 8 runs, 14 hits, no errors. They stranded 6. For the Sox, 3 runs, 9 hits, no errors. They left 8. The winner, Foster, 8-4. Navarro takes the loss. He is 4-6. Lyle Mouton with his 4th home run of the season. And a reminder, our next White Sox telecast on WGN will be Saturday night from Comiskey Park when the Sox host the Minnesota Twins. Their time is 6 p.m. Central. The producer-director of White Sox baseball on WGN is Skip Ellison. Our associate producer, John Walgren. So for my partner, the Wimperoo, Tom Paciorek, this is a Hawk Ken Harrelson. So long, everybody.
Chicago White Sox baseball on WGN. Brought to you by Miller Lite, who reminds you that anything can happen at Miller time. Your local Ford dealer. See your favorite Ford dealer today and see why there's more to afford. Coca-Cola, always ahead, always Coca-Cola. Hoover, nobody gets the dirt like Hoover, nobody. Toyota and their full line of quality cars and trucks. Aflac, insuring over 40 million people worldwide. The Discover Card, proud partner of the Smithsonian's 150th anniversary. And by Southwest Airlines, with fares so low, you have the freedom to go places.